All right, Moose fam, welcome to the Bro Show. I don't know
Want to redo
what
that?
is. Why? Oh shit!
First of all,
Moose
that was a bit longer than 2 seconds.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
I couldn't hold it in. I was like, I was
Yeah, I know.
boiling over.
in
Like
there.
Alright,
at
but
2
this is all
seconds, it was
staying
like
in, by the
three
way.
and a half.
I'm trying to fucking not lose this versus game too. But,
Yeah, that's your own fault. You gotta
Moose
take two.
fam. That was muscle memory. Sorry about that. That was you know. All right, what league are we in? 239. All right. Got it.
Or LG if you're scummy. Sorry. Continue.
Oh, scum here. Okay. All right, 239 fam, welcome to the Bro Show, take two. So we got a good show here for you guys today. A lot of drama this week. Last 2 weeks, a couple big series before the playoffs too. So we got as usual Dominator Silver here,
Yo.
Rocco,
What's up, guys?
and our special guest this week, Dalilaama.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. So just as usual, this week's show is brought to you by the Dog of the Week. I think the Dog of the Week this week is going to go to none other than Kayla, aka Rev Hellcat, aka Shifty Mixer, aka Holy Diver's dog. Nice little golden retriever with a questionable stain on his snout there, Jax. I've heard it's mud, but cannot be confirmed. But yeah, it's a cute golden. Looks like he was out getting into some dirty business. But yeah, thanks for the Dog of the Week there. You guys have any comments on the Dog of the Week?
I think it's a yellow lab. To get technical, I don't know.
Yellow Lab?
I don't
Golden?
know what the-
Yellow Lab?
Are those like not technically the same? I don't fucking know. But I think it's a yellow lab.
I don't know. The coat looks long, but that's okay. Golden and Yellow Lab. They're not the same, but they're similar, I think.
Only
Yeah.
was,
So,
2D.
Yeah, he is. He is Dog of the Week. So what do we have in store for today? So I think we're gonna do transition from hot or not into playoff predictions.
Yeah,
and then
pretty
kind of
much.
go for okay.
Yeah.
And then
Since,
go for the normal kind of show here. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, we might
introduce
change
one
the
new fun
format.
segment.
Yes, we could tease that later. But right off the bat, we can just
You
hop
want-
into playoff predictions if you want.
Sure.
Okay, let me
First
pull
matchup.
up-
What do we got?
Let me pull the playoff tree. Everyone check out the playoff channel website, by the way, if you're confused and want to know schedules. Yeah, we can just start off with the 1 through 8, and then, everyone can go through who they think, I guess, is going to win and how many games they think it might take them. Why the fuck not? So yeah, the first matchup is Chili Con Carnage versus the Muffin Men. Chili is the first seed, and Muffin Men is the 8th. So, Donnie, you could start that off. How do you think these guys will be, or how do you think this matchup will be? How long do you think it'll take?
Sweep Chili Con. Pretty easy, I think, on this one. I think Chili Con's still pretty strong, and I think Muffin Men has been struggling as of late. They snuck into the playoffs, but so good for them. But I think they're going to get swept here. I think Chili Con's just going to be too much for them.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be any question, really. I mean, this is a team that going into their final series of the season against my team, we did the write-up, and you got their captain after the series talking about, yeah, it was meaningless series. If they had actually played the series, they could have won. They could have went as high as 6th place. Yet they finished 8th. They just keep making excuses. Oh, nothing to play for. We've been in the playoffs for a week. Yeah. So the 7 teams ahead of you, clown. I don't get it. I'd be shocked.
I'm
if
sorry,
they
is
win
this
a
Donnie
game
drama?
With
Oh my god, no.
It sounds like
This guy, I wasn't
mean,
expecting
it's
this.
just ridiculous to me. Yo, we don't care. It's that whole thing, right? Oh, we
Yeah.
weren't trying. Goes hand in hand with, oh, it's just a game. Who cares? Like, get out of here. They're gonna get swept. Chili Con's gonna dominate that series. It's not even gonna be close.
The 2-0 sweep for Chili Con. Dolly, do you have any thoughts?
I've always got some thoughts.
Mm.
Look, basically, I think that Chili Con's going to win. I think that Brick's team's got the skill to pull one out, but it's only going to happen if Chili Con plays arrogant and plays like they did during the regular season. If the Chili Con that played me in the last game of the last series of the season, if it plays them, there's no chance. It's going to be a sweep. because that was a really freaking hard team to play. But they have been known to get a little arrogant and sit at cherry picking at the blue line, and Brick's team is going to capitalize on that stuff. So I think it's a 4-0 sweep, but it may be 4-1, 4-2. It just really depends on how focused Chili Con is. IMO.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was kind of also going to go with the sweep, but like, you know, Brick's team, I think, last season surprised and upset a certain Murph team. And I don't know if that could happen again. I don't know if that's solely on Brick. I doubt it. I think it's a sweep regardless. The Chili Con just their fundamentals are pretty good. They have a good team system. They do everything well, not one thing amazing. I don't think, and that's not an insult. It just means I don't see any weakness in that game. 4-1, maybe max. I had to change it from you guys. So for Chili Con Carnage in that one. All right, the next one is somebody's series. The Cutie Patooties, the Hot Booties against Tide Pod Buffet. So that's the second seed taking on the seventh. Donnie.
Yeah, so I think this one's going to be pretty similar. I think it's probably going to be somewhere around a sweep, if not 4-1 Cutie. I think Thams's team might be able to squeeze one out, maybe when their back's against the wall or something like that too. I think they're pretty resilient team and have won some big games down the stretch. So I don't think it's going to be a total sweep. I'll go 4-1 on this one, Cutie. I think they're just going to be too much for them. But I think that we're shaping up for some pretty sick matchups in the second round. Just let everyone know. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be kind of similar to the other series there we just talked about with the Muffin Men and what are they playing again? I can't remember team names. ChiliCon, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dolly, you got a solid team there. I mean, you guys, the last half of this season, you guys just absolutely caught fire, and they're a decent team that you're going up against, but I can't really see them winning more than a game. I mean, then again, I guess it depends how much your team gets EA'd, but we can talk about that later. Cutie Patooties are gonna take this one. Probably gonna be another sweep or maybe 4-1. I can't see it going further than that.
Oh God, Donnie drunk again. Sorry, Dolly, go ahead.
Anytime my team got EA'd, we still won the series, so I'm not too salty about that.
That is a fact. That is a scientific fact. In fact, you can look at every stream Dolly's ever had. Look at Dalilaama's stream. Every time he gets EA'd, they win. That's a fact. Next.
Maybe my love-hate relationship with the EA is a good thing. No, but okay. So here's what I'll say. Obviously, I'm going to pick my own team. Everybody's going to pick their own fucking team.
Yeah.
They're a really good team. They've been playing playoff hockey for the last 3 weeks. I've been watching them. They made a lot of good trades. They have a lot of good players, and it's not going to be that easy. I do obviously think we're going to win. Fun fact: ever since I went back to D play with Neki, we've only lost one series, period, and it was the last one of the season. I don't know what it is. I know I've been playing pretty fucking bad, and I say that, and I've been playing okay, but by my standards, I've been playing pretty bad. My team has been picking me up. I think we're gonna win. I think it might be 4-2, but you never know.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, I was gonna agree with 4-1, 4-2, but since I'm the last guy, I'll also fuck this. 7-game upset. Tide Papa Fave takes it. Dolly knows why I'm doing this.
I like it.
But yeah,
I like it.
I don't know. I honestly, personally biased. I'm fine with either of these two teams making it over. I'm fine with. I would hope they both would. I don't know. The head says Cutie Patooties. The heart says Tide Pod Buffet. We can move on.
What does the penis say? That's a really
Tide Pod
So,
Buffet.
what's your pick though here? Gotta make a
Tide
pick.
Pod Buffet. Tide Pod Buffet.
You're going with the head or the heart?
If I go with the penis, I'm
Heart
going with
overhead.
both. That's why we're talking about. For if I have some stupid playoff record where I want all my predictions to be right, I'm choosing Cutie Patooties in like 6.
No, nobody cares about that.
Okay, and if I just want to like not get people angry at me, type up buffet. I don't know. It's really good series. Okay, here I'll say this. Okay, fuck it. I'll just say like if you want to stamp on it, like 4-1, Cutie Patooties, but
Jesus
I think they're
Christ.
gonna give you shit.
They're all over the map.
I know. No, so just trying to put a stamp on it. But what needs to be said about Tide Pod Buffet is yes, I don't think this is a favorable matchup for them, and it really is going to depend on how they play, how they come out to play, and I mean more mentally than physically. And this goes for everybody on that team, just because of how Dolly, just like you, I've seen them play a lot of series, and they they just play really good against really good or good teams or even teams, and then against better teams which they can still beat. They like it seems like they rattle themselves and they're just like a little bit. They're just like too intimidated and they play intimidated and they don't need to. They just play their system and play the way they normally play, and they actually upset teams. And I feel like that can happen if they stay true to that. But since it's playoffs and it's more intense and it's all this stuff, it might I don't know. It might not work out. They have to step up. I'll put it that way. So as of right now, I think Cutie Patooties are gonna win it. But don't be surprised if this goes to extra games, guys. I'll say that much for Tide Pod. Um, that being said, we go to the third seed versus the sixth seed now.
You got one comment.
Go for it.
Just one comment. Dom, if you just keep taking that long on every series, and maybe we'll get done with the show in a couple hours. That's all.
Sweet, that's great. Well, I was battled on it, so god damn it.
Talk about rattling yourself though on that.
No more than an
series,
hour and a half,
so-
right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Pick it up. Let's go.
You
Next
know what?
series.
It's gonna take even longer if you comment every time I comment on a. It's over.
I mean, you're still talking
I
about
think
next
I,
series.
so.
Okay.
Basically,
You
my
started-
takeaway from Dom's analysis, my takeaway is we have Cutie Patooties or Tide Pod Buffet somewhere between 4 to 7 games. Basically, that's what I have for the analysis.
It's a good analysis.
I don't understand how
Very
that's hard.
likely.
How
All
that's
right.
hard to understand.
Thanks, Dom.
Absolutely
Exactly right.
non-committal.
Expert
Continue.
analysis.
Yeah.
Moving on, Peninsula Pirates versus the Bad Boys. Peninsula Pirates is the third seed. This is Rocco's team versus the Bad Boys. So Figo, go for it, Donnie.
Yeah. So I do think Peninsula Pirates is going to win here. I think Bad Boys. There could be a potential upset. I'm not saying that they will, but I wouldn't be surprised. They play pretty well against good teams. I think they went out and beat Chili Con Carnage in a series, and I think they've played other top teams pretty tight too. So I think they have the power to win. So I think they could steal a few games, but I just think Peninsula Pirates is going to be too much for them to handle. So I'm going to go Pirates in 6.
I mean, obviously, you guys know who I'm picking in this one. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that we're not going up against a good team or anything by any means. I mean, clearly they've had a good season. They had a good run. It looks like they kind of petered out a little bit to finish the season, but they did have a pretty good run going just before that. They've kind of clicked a bit late in the season with McSwagger there on the wing and Pale. They've put up a ton of points this year. Figo as well. But I mean, I got to give us the nod. I mean, let's start out with Sober and Net. He's been awesome this season. 7 shutouts. He's really got the job done. And he just went through his first series actually, where his hands didn't sweat. Our final series of the season. So it's a good job. Good job, Sober.
Progress. Steps.
And since we made the trade, I mean, there's no secret. You guys know I'm good friends with Webb. I love Webb. I hated that we had to trade him, but it worked out so well for both teams. And BTW coming in on the left wing, the right-handed shot has opened up so much more for our team and just made us so much more dynamic. And we haven't looked back really since that trade. So I'm not worried necessarily about the first round, but I'm certainly not going to be one to take the Bad Boys there lightly. So I'll go ahead and say no more than 6 games. It's definitely not going to 7.
Dolly.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree. I really like to think that Peninsula Pirates is going to pull this out. Figo's team is an enigma for me. They play a weird style, and they have a lot of skill. They can catch people off guard, like at any moment, and it's very frustrating to play against because, for me, I'm quite analytical, and I try and understand people by how I would do things, and their team just doesn't do things the way I would do things, and it works for them. It drives me nuts. I wouldn't want this matchup, and I think of any of them, I think this is the most potential for an upset, just because I don't consider the 4-5 an upset, regardless who wins.
It's 3-6.
I do.
Oh, you. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Never mind.
no,
I
I'm
misunderstood.
saying that.
Continue. I'm the
Yeah,
idiot here. Go.
that's the
As
lucky.
always.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like Pirates have words are hard today. Peninsula Pirates have the skill to pull it out. BTW is so underrated. People don't watch him game in and game out. He gets shit done, and that was a great trade. People say, "Oh, Webb's a better player." I don't know. I think they're both equally valuable in different roles. So you guys have a really well built team, especially now that you have some right-handed sticks on the ice. I think you guys are winning in 6, but I wouldn't be surprised to see an upset in 7 just because of the sheer craziness of Figo's team.
Okay, I got a hot take for you guys. It's not that hot, but considering what you guys are all predicting, Pirates sweep. I just because I guess, and this is a dumb way of analyzing it. Our team played them, and they're kind of a team that Dolly, I think, to kind of reference what you were just saying, that you figure out in like a period or two. It's the whole Swagger, jumps up and Pale's the support guy, goes 200 feet and plays defense, and you kind of keep it to the outside and work it in, and it just keeps working and working and working. And I think Dan DeMart is the smartest player, if not one of the smartest players in the league, and he's a captain. And even if he wasn't, people listen to him, and I think he'll figure that out if he doesn't know that already. However they're going to play in playoffs. I know playoffs is a different animal, and that's where I throw in the 1 game or the 2 game for the other team. But I'm just going to go with the sweep here because Dan's team got better, I think, or more dynamic, I should say. And I think Bad Boys are a bit readable / don't have that much skill against Peninsula Pirates. That being said, if Bad Boys are playing anyone else, I would choose them. But I'll leave it at that. I think the Pirates are going to sweep this. All right, now that takes us into the final series. Yours truly is on this team. It's the in-betweeners, the 4 seed against non-Cane Centrals, the 5th seed. Pretty even matchup, just a 1-point disparity, I think, between these guys, or 4 points, something like that. Something huge or small. I could find out. Donnie, what do you think?
I'm gonna go. I think you guys started out real hot, and then you kind of cooled off a little bit, and then started winning again, and hit some road bumps or roadblocks through the way here. Non-Cane, they're one of those teams like Dolly's team that didn't have a lot of series at the beginning of the season, so we didn't really know what they were capable of. Then they go out and make a trade, and or 2 trades or several trades, or actually those aren't trades; those were trapes. And go out and just really solidify like a pretty solid team front to back, right? And I don't know. I think I'm gonna go non-Cane in this. I'm gonna go in 6 games, non-Cane, not 7. I feel like they're stronger than their seed here, and I think they're really coming to stride here. And I'm gonna go. I'll go non-Cane in 6. Sorry, Dom.
So here's my question. I know there's availability issues with C-Dub here. Is he not going to be there for the series this week?
Okay, so the series was changed to Wednesday and Thursday of this week, and I believe this is a surprise to everyone. Dub has a work trip from it's like a whole week. It's like Monday to Thursday or Sunday to Wednesday or something like that. So
Monday
I believe
Thursday.
Dub Monday to Thursday. Thank you. So I believe he's missing Wednesday. I don't know if he's missing Thursday. I don't know if he gets back Thursday, he could play type of thing. But I believe, and they didn't confirm or nobody told us in our group chat or anything like that. I believe Dub is missing Wednesday and Saney is missing Thursday. I think that's a thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, if just
can redo it
that
if you
alone,
want.
I mean that could have a huge effect on the series. I mean, Dom, I think your team has its issues. Like Donnie said, I mean, you guys started really hot and kind of went so-so for the rest of the season, mostly. And I know you guys have had your issues. We're not going to get too deep into it, but as good as non-Cane has been since making that trade, it's going to be tough if they're going to have basically Zelo filling in on Wednesday for Dub, 3 games, right? And then potentially 4 games for Saney on Thursday. I mean, uh, that's this could easily because I would favor personally. I'd favor non-Kane. I don't care where they finish, even though they finish fifth. I mean, based on the last half of the season, I think they're without a doubt the better team. I think they'd be favored in the series if we had some Vegas odds on this one. But um, yeah, it's tough. I honestly not even sure what to say now. Thinking about that, I mean, I could really see it going either way. I think.
I was gonna say
Go ahead, but
I guess I would ask your prediction with the lineups full, and then make your adjustments after. So Donnie just made
lineups
his with,
full.
yeah.
Yeah, lineups full. I got non-Kane. Uh, I could see Grish and Schwartz taking you guys for a couple wins. Maybe possibly forcing a game 7, but I would probably put it at 6. No more than 6 games. Non-Kane, but yeah, those are two huge guys missing for this team. So, I mean that's I mean a 2-game swing. That's all you guys would need based on how I feel about the series, right? That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I mean, I heart of hearts, I want to stick with non-Kane. I want to think that they'll be able to figure it out because, they'll have game night 1 with Saney and Webb, and then Dub will be back for the second night. I'd like to think they'll be able to figure it out and make it work. So I'll stick with them. We'll go 7 games, non-Kane. End of thoughts.
Dolly?
Okay, I just want to really talk about something very, very, very quickly here. And maybe you guys can answer it because I can't seem to wrap my head around it. I don't get why captains in this league in particular, and I know I freaking let LG have it all the fucking time. I'm an LG hater, and I'm a hypocrite because, I played LG and shit, but that's not the point. Why won't captains play 7 games in one night? If it means that both teams can play the full, do we really need that advantage so bad that you won't work with the other captain? In this, I'm not using your series as the only example. This has happened the last 3 seasons straight. Teams have scheduling issues. It happens. But some captains will just refuse to play 7 in one night just to make sure that the other team doesn't have their players. Why is that a thing? I don't get it. It drives me nuts.
I mean,
as for your series, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna guess that probably wasn't even something that they discussed. First of all, I don't think.
No, it was. No, it was.
Oh, was it?
Trust me, I'm in that thread, buddy. I know.
But hang on, though. That's a pretty big commitment. I mean, you're talking a 3-game series, right? You're starting at 10 normally
Start at 8.
in the regular
Start at
season.
9.
Yeah. They talked about that too, starting at 9.
It's kind of asking a lot. I mean,
Side note:
if I
the
was
game,
in that
the
scenario
4
where
games
it
on
was
Thursday
my
is starting
team
at
being
9.
asked to do that,
Nice.
if it was my team being asked to do that, and I was the captain, I kind of feel bad asking my team to make that commitment. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Okay,
I mean,
well, I can understand that point for sure. What I'm basically getting at here is this is a league with friends. I mean, yeah, we get to brag over who wins and shit, but at the same time, I mean, I'm here to play with good people. This isn't LG where I'm going to win money. It's it's like just work with the other people. I don't get that part of it. Why would what is there to gloat about when you beat a crippled team, right? I don't know. As for your series,
Yeah, there's
Tom, I think
Well, there could be some flexibility too, with if you. Sorry, I just wanted to touch on this before you get into your prediction, so we're gonna lose it. But I was saying start at 9 on Thursday, play until what I mean. Make a decision, right? Be we can either play all 7, we can play 5, we can play 6, but then I think the league also has to say listen, we'll let you guys maybe play on Sunday, but you have to agree that any overflow you play Sunday. So that no other, and then we won't allow any other series to be scheduled until Monday if it was going to affect the seedings. If there's another series that could get played or something like that. So I think it takes stuff from both. I'm not saying that this didn't happen. It could have, you know what I mean? But I think there could be ways to do it. Just work around it that way that you can get the most amount of games and just be a little bit more flexible. But I think the league has to accept the flexibleness too. Or the flexibility. Flexibleness isn't a word.
That's a
Yeah.
great point. I actually brought that exact point up in the thread, and the captains that would potentially play these two teams, which was Pogs, myself, even Figo, like anybody. Dmart didn't chime in. I don't think he's seen it, but we all said it's no problem. If they make their refuse day next Sunday, then play the series next Sunday. That
Yeah.
makes sense. All the captains are cool with it. That's a great idea. I've never been a fan of that stuff. That's very scummy. Anyway, back to your series. What happened in the regular season? Because before Dub made all those trades and got all those people, how was your series, Dom?
We lost 2-1. We took game 3 and we switched lineup. We had a different lineup for most of the series. That lineup was, I'm trying to remember. Games 1 and 2, it was definitely Grish, Schwartzy, me up front in that order. And I believe it was Bob. I think Bob was in. I'm trying to remember that. It was Joe on lefty and Bob on right D. I think. Don't hold me to it. And Russ and net. So that was game 1. Game 2, I can't remember the scores. You can look that up, I guess. And then game 3, we had our normal lineup of Joe, Grish, Schwartz. I think we won like 4-1. And me and Bob on
Okay.
second. We won something like that. So, I mean, take that for
That
as
was
you
with
will.
Yeah, that was with what Marty Murph and no Marty B Cripps and BTW up front. For
No,
Arcane,
that
I
was,
would
they
say?
had Webb. They had Webb.
No, well, are you sure? I'm pretty sure you had Marty.
100%
He did.
sure they had Webb.
He did. I remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, I feel like your team's going to win. I kind of with Rocco on this point, where I think that if they had a full roster, they're a really tough team to play. I mean, defensively in the neutral zone, they just get everything. They pick up all the pucks. It's crazy. I think it would be a 6-7 game series either way with full rosters. I think your team probably will pull it out with missing Saney and Dub, which sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. Love you, Chelsea, but I'm going to go with Dom's team here in 6 games, I think.
All right, yeah. A lot to unpack for this one.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to change mine too. Like, I want to go. I said non-Kane if they had the full line, but I'll go your team in 6 now. Now with the line change and all that
with the
too.
lineup. Yeah, with the lineups. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that going in there. Yeah.
No, yeah, fair enough. That's fine. I'd prefer both anyway, just for the people, because that's a huge disparity. I don't think any other. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dolly, because you're a captain. I don't think any other team in the playoffs are going to be missing people for their signups. That's why I think, by the way, people, this took a while, or the schedule was changed. This was originally Thursday and Sunday to accommodate, as I understand, Dub and Saney. So it's gonna be next Sunday, not today, or I guess when we're recording this. Now, the 7-game, before I get into the predictions, obviously, the 7-game in one night, I think it was brought to us in group, and I think, I was for it. I really can't remember who was for it or if anybody was against it. But I think we were trying to avoid that for reasons. I think Russ is typically a guy who works early and can't stay on that late, if ever. I think that's part of why we're playing 4 on Thursday and are starting at 9. And again, I thought we think this was to accommodate Dub, so that's why I think it was moved. It didn't make sense for us to move it back to Wednesday because then Dub's for sure not going to be there, and I think that was the whole back and forth. But again, I'm not a captain. I'm not in that thread. I don't know what happened. I wasn't told what happened. Scheduling wise, and I've only rumor wise heard who will not be making it. That being said, you chip in? If anyone wants to chip in, you can go for it.
Well, I was just gonna say it's always nice hearing the other perspective, right? Because we don't, like in the captain's thread, we don't get to see your conversation with Joe and your team. So all Joe came back with is, no, that's unacceptable. We're not playing 7 in one night. So now with a little bit of explanation, we can kind of understand where he's coming from instead of not elaborating.
Yeah, I should try and. Oh, that's true. Like he wouldn't. And yeah, I would like to give you guys verbatim. Like I'm going through the group chat right now. If that sounds. Oh, it's far back. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I can't remember. It's not verbatim, but either way, yeah. and obviously I think 7 games in one night is not ideal, but pinning that, me personally, I don't mind that at all. I think that's kind of it makes the playoff experience more playoffy, I guess. You're playing 7 games right now. It's like do or die, like right now. Let's fucking like feed into it. Like this is how we're gonna play. This I don't know. It gives you enough time to like fully be in that mode. If you go to a 7 game series, that's crazy. You're probably playing at 1, 2 a.m. or whatever. Like no matter what. But I don't know. That's not a thing, so we don't have to talk about it. The actual series. I mean, obviously I'm choosing my team. Um, First things first, non-Kane is their stud team. They're stellar. I love their back end. You could argue that 37, who I think is Chelsea's starting D partner, if he's there. Uh, I believe it's him. Yeah, yeah. He's actually not that bad. He's actually not that bad on D. But that being said, he's no insert like well-known lefty. And then you got, I believe it's Dub Webb Saney, sorry, in that order, on the forward line, which I think people may see Webb as or Dub as the biggest weakness there, and nope, he's pretty good. He's a smart player at the very least. Like you got a scorer, a shifty dude, and like a smart player. That's probably the best type of forward line you want on any team. Um, and they are going to make us keep our head up. Like Bob and I are going to have our hands full for sure. It's really just going to have to be with how our forward line answers the call in playoffs. Now that may not make sense to most people, but I know my team and I can't give away certain things. It's just how does that, I guess,
Please tell us
hashtag
all of your strategies.
all the strats. Well, there's not even strategies. It's just like I know how we've played. I know how we played against them in the regular season. To be take that as sample sized or not, I think we're gonna win. I believe we're gonna win. I believe if we execute the way we want to execute, we can't lose. I'll put it that way. Um, actually sounds more cheesy than it's not. So I'll say us in 6. Just to be with you guys. It's not gonna be anything less than that. I don't think. If we lose in 5 or win in 5, that's surprising. Because if there's one thing I agree with every one of your analyses, uh, this is, I think, the toughest series, the toughest matchup, or at least the one with the most, I don't know, parity. It's going to be the tightest, I think, out of all the other playoff the round 1 matchups. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say us in 6. Non-Kane's a good team. And with them missing lineups, I don't know. That could be the disparity. It could be lower, or maybe, but I'm going to stick with 6. I'm going to stick with us in 6. And I don't know. Just side note, I really wish there was a way that both sides could be happy with a schedule and like everyone could like I don't want to play a fucking team and move on to the next round and they missed like 2 of their best players. You know what I mean? In each day. There's no honor in that, I guess you could say. People anywhere are going to view that team in that round as, oh, you guys like scrub hunted or something like that. It's like we didn't choose to, we weren't trying to. And again, Dolly, you're in captain's chat. I have no idea word for word what was said, but we tried to accommodate their guys, and we were missing guys ourselves. At least the start of the week. That's why you don't see anything Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This should be interesting. So I don't know if anybody else has anything to say for playoff predictions, anything else. Side notes, hot takes, but that kind of ends it. Now, our next segment. Again, because we're switching the order a bit of things, guys, is going to be Donnie drama. And I think Donnie has a bunch. I don't know if you guys have been on the site. A bunch of shit has popped off. A bunch of controversy. And
I'm never on the site.
What site is that?
What site is it?
Right.
Twitch. No, wait.
So playing my Rocket League.
So yeah, Donnie, take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's been 2 weeks since our show. I think last week of the season got pretty hot, and this wasn't we were having I think some of the drama surrounds Dolly. There's other drama in the league too. Dolly's team, not Dolly in general, but Dolly's series with ChiliCon and whatnot. It wasn't we were having Dolly on. You were scheduled for this well in advance of this. So this is just totally coincidental and. No, I think we'll all keep this conversational too because there's some actually within this drama and where it comes from. I'm involved in a little bit of it. Dolly's involved in a little bit of it. I think there's other members out there like Pogs and whatnot are involved in a little bit. But I think it all comes from like a place of where we want to make the league better and what we want the league, to be, right? And yeah, so I think we'll keep it conversational. We'll hit on a couple points here. I think, so just to kick it off, right? I'm not taking shots at anybody here or anything like that too.
Oh, dude,
But
let me
if
have it.
one thing,
I deserve it.
I don't want to take it. No. I'm just gonna say, if one thing grinds my gears, right? And when you comment on this stuff too, you say that it comes from a place of insecurity or whatever, right? When someone wins a game and then you look at the chat box and people are like, "Oh, the only reason you won that game is because we got EA'd," drives me nuts. You instantly invalidate like our team, right? And you didn't do it either this time, right? And I also, in full disclosure, was not watching the stream in our series at all. Dom thought I was. I wasn't. I've never done that.
I assumed you saw it in retrospect. Like I
No,
didn't
I
think
never.
You saw it live. I never watched the series live, but I thought you saw it
No,
later.
me neither. I never go back to I've never gone back to rewatch like someone else's stream to see what they said about me or something like that ever. But there's one particular player who I hate, and we'll get into why I hate him. Right, who goes in there, in my opinion, shouldn't be in the league, and we'll get to that later. Goes in there and says, "Oh, EA, whatever." It's like, dude, like you didn't get EA'd that game, right? We're all playing the same game. I get it. EA'd. People skate over pucks. I played last night. I'm playing with Dom last night. I skate over like 5 pucks in a game. You know what I mean? Shit just happens, right? But like, you didn't score a goal either. So it's like, like give us our win, like we deserve that win. We don't deserve to go to the chat box. Like we're a team, we had a tough week the week beforehand. We were missing a bunch of players. We got double swept, and then we missed another player the week before and we got swept. It was like, it's just like give us our win, right? You know what I mean? Like we don't, that series was meaningless for us, right? It meant a lot for you guys, right? You needed a point or two, right? But just give us our series, right? Not our series. Give us our win, right? We deserve that win, right? We're all playing the same game, right? Shit happens, right? Fucking dumb goals go in. You guys won game 2 off a gross tip-in, you know what I mean? But we didn't say anything. Like that was a 2-1 game, but we didn't say anything, you know what I mean? That game could have gone either way too. Game 3 was a fucking disaster for us. Total disaster, and you know what I mean? But that's my only thing, is that like we're all playing the same game. Let us have our win, you know what I mean? We all know this game sucks, right? It can't suck more, right? It's getting worse every year. It's actually not even getting better. You know what I mean? But we're all playing the same game, right? That's why I get upset. And then when it comes from someone who shouldn't even be in the fucking league, that's what drives me even more nuts too. Before we get to the Pogs, and so I just want to get all your guys' comments on that. That's just where I'm coming from. Why I get so upset when I go to the chat box and see that stuff, especially from certain people. Crickets. No rebuttals.
Ollie, take it away here.
I was letting them know because Rocco and I are sitting this out. So Dolly.
Oh, okay, no problem. Well, see, this is really funny.
You guys aren't sitting
in a way. I didn't mean.
No.
Listen.
I'm trying to.
I didn't mean we're not gonna have an opinion on it. I just meant the largely 2 people that we want to hear from are you 2. So that's all I meant.
Okay.
Donnie said his thing. Donnie, say your thing. Or sorry, Donnie, kill me.
To Donnie.
I'll go ahead. Thanks, Don. It's really funny from my perspective. Not your frustration, that I completely understand. What's funny from my perspective is on my stream, and people have to understand, and I know it's hard to separate the two sometimes, is that I'm not actually a bad guy. I pretty much love everybody. I think everybody's cute as fuck. On my stream, I said, damn, I'm getting EA'd because Marty's getting EA'd. And it's so frustrating because Marty was missing pucks and I was trying to hit him, and then I would just hit a guy without a puck and get a penalty. So what my team did and took and ran with, I obviously have no control. To be honest with you, I'm not in the chat box when I'm playing my series. My chat and my interactions are solely on my stream. And while I'm a delusional maniac on my stream, coming in there and seeing that, I didn't approve of it very much either. It got a little chippy, got a little chirpy from both teams. I'll say this right now because I know we're going to get into it. Kevin can be a shit. Everybody knows it. Kevin knows it. He's a shit. There are times where he's a really good kid, and I personally believe that it might only be when he likes you. This first series of the season, Kevin left and reset his router. I'm not sure he would have came back for other captains. I'm not. I'm not.
We were going to
I
bring
love
that
the kid
up.
to death. I know
No.
I know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
we're talking
addressing
about
it-
that.
No, not like
shortly,
it's a
but go on.
surprise. I'm like, thank you for just a side note, everyone. We're well aware. If anyone else was wondering, that was going to be brought up. Yeah, we all.
I didn't
kinda
want there to
think
be
it's a
like
thing.
any awkward like thoughts thinking what's Dolly gonna say. No, I'll just say it right now.
Oh,
Like,
yes, go.
I
go
personally I love Kevin, but I know that he could be a shit sometimes. I don't know if it's so far to not give him a chance in this league, but he certainly doesn't help his case a lot of the time. So as for getting EA'd, we all get EA'd. You're absolutely right. It happens to everyone. I complain about it all the time. In fact, I'm like 90% yelling at EA for most of my stream. Like that's 90% of the words I say. So I mean, I know it, and I know it's hard for you to hear. Like it's hard for anybody to hear that because you guys grinded out a win. And I was saying this to Rocco yesterday. Like even if I was mad, like say Kevin's really mad that you guys got some lucky bounces or whatever. I took penalties. We didn't fucking score. Shotgun played great. So in no way, shape, or form could we ever like truly take that away from you. As long as people sit back and think about it, you deserve that win. And you'll always will. That's it.
Aww.
Sentimental.
Nice, Will.
You got your
No,
win,
I mean, like,
Donnie.
Like, I know, right? We got our win, but like, yeah, but it's just like I think that's why people get pissed about it. You know what I mean? It was more from Kevin on that side. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just like, I don't know. First of all,
I mean, why do you hate Kevin? Because like, I think people listening now will be like, why
all
the
right,
fuck
fine.
does Donnie hate Kevin so
dive.
fucking much?
We'll dive into it, and then we'll get to the others, the write up, just to talk about that stuff in a second too. But no, why I hate Kevin? Because he did this because he's a serial fucking rage quitter. That's why. And I know you on the air you might not. He fucking rage quit against Rocco.
Where'd you know him
100%.
from?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Not
where'd
even-
you
No,
know
I
him
did say
from?
that
Not
on
even-
there. I was like,
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
just
Not
fucking
even a
left.
question.
And then I messaged him.
Yeah.
I said it on the
100%
stream.
rage quit. Yeah, he's done this in other leagues, right? And trust me, I love you too, Dolly. But when you say the word like, I don't think he would have came back for any other captain. Well, unless you draft him next season, he shouldn't sign up for this league next season. He should not be allowed to sign up for the league. If that's really
You
going
may
to be the
be
case,
right,
where he's
but-
going to get, yeah,
But can we prove it, until it happens? Like,
That's
it's kind
my
of hard
point.
to just automatically kick him out just based on the fact that he's done it in the past. Like we've had people in the past that have had bad records. McSwagger wasn't a great example of being a stand-up gentleman, but he's been nothing but a cool dude since he came in the league. So it's really hard to just auto-can him, even if we do believe, and I do believe that it's very possible. Is that fair to say?
no, I think that's fair to say. But he should have been
Everyone
kicked out
thinks
when he
so.
rage quit in week 1. You know what I mean? Like
Now,
he rage
I
quit.
gotta have a
Yeah, Rocco,
yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I gotta jump in because, I mean, when we went into that series against you guys, Dolly, I mean, all I was talking about before the series was how the last season played in the Moose. We went up against Luckton's team. He had Kev on his team, right? And we destroyed them that series. Kev fucking rage quits out of game 3, never to be seen in the league again. So going into this team, I'm like, oh, let's do it. We got to kick these guys' ass and see if we can make Kev rage quit. Sure as shit, game 2, right? He comes down the ice. We stuff him again. I sit back and teabag him because he's a friggin' scrub. Okay, he went to skate back into the play. He skated back towards me while I was teabagging, mashed the A button to take a penalty. And then next thing you know, he's gone. You're gonna tell me that wasn't a rage quit? It was a fucking rage quit. Like it was
I'll
plain
come
as
with
day
this.
to everybody. And on top of that, it was a team killing penalty. That's something that's also douchey and easily Rule 1 material for what should be for anybody in this league or any league.
If he
in my
didn't come
opinion.
back, I was going to Rule 1 him.
This
But
is
he
what
came
and
back.
and you know I'm gonna make this point because I made this point to you yesterday. You're good friends with Kev. If it was anybody but your team, he would not have returned, just like he hasn't returned to any other goddamn league. And the problem that I have with this now is if he's allowed to stay and he's not on your team next season, the same thing's going to happen, except he's not going to return and he's going to fuck over someone else's season.
Agreed.
Well, it's very possible. It's very possible. But again, how do you
measure that? How do you know that's going to happen?
The way this league is run, how do you can someone preemptively for something that is likely to happen but just may not?
It's
you know,
the league is
it's a
invite
dilemma.
only. That's how you do it. The league's invite
But he's
only.
already
It's
there.
exclusive. He's already there,
Right.
but at any point they can just say "see you later." He's already proved just in that. Forget about the rage quit. He took a team killing penalty. There's your douche move. See you later.
Well, Donnie took a team killing penalty in the last game, hitting Kevin too. So I mean, come on. No, I laughed my ass off. I thought that was
It
hilarious.
was a team killing penalty because we were losing 3-0, but there was like 5 minutes left.
It's the same idea though. It's out of
Yeah.
just you just wanted to take it, and I get it.
Right, hang on. I gotta change tune a little bit because one of the things that happened in your series there, Donnie, you and Kev got in a fight, right? And you weren't too happy about that.
Oh, I mean,
I-
so basically, Kevin got clamped the fuck down that game for 179 minutes. Didn't do anything. I've never
over it.
fucking got like
Well,
one time.
hang on.
Okay, he
I'm gonna
fucking
interject
made
right here
one
really
play,
quick.
Dolly.
Yeah, but he
One
embarrassed your
play.
team though.
We fucking
He
cherry
embarrassed your
picking.
team. Well,
Okay,
maybe,
I embarrassed your
maybe.
team. Go, I'll fucking send you a clip. I fucking had a zone entry that split 3 of you guys that you guys have never seen that play before. But I didn't go and fucking post the thing either, too. I'll send it out too. You know, I did a little
Dude, I
self
get
fucking
embarrassed
tap
all the
in,
time,
split
though.
3
That's
people.
nothing new.
I know, I get that. So it's like, yeah, but like again, like you get embarrassed and then you're fucking one, you know, you got so what, does he win because he made one play and got clamped the fuck down for 179 minutes? Put that kid in the box every fucking time I played against him. 100%. Doesn't do shit.
But-
2 points all series. He's
in
supposed
his-
to be a good right wing. You know?
Well,
Like,
okay.
come on.
Let's be fair. That's a little too biased there. Kevin is a talented player. He's shit, but he is a talented player when he wants to be. That being said, you got to keep in mind, like you got to look at it from his perspective. That's a win for him no matter what. Even if you won like 99% of the time, own his ass every single time, that one time he'll just eat up forever, man. It's the way their brain
That's
works.
fine. I
Right?
don't care. Yeah, I mean, he tried to through the legs deke like 12 times that game. He cherry picked. I was back checking because he was behind me, and then he did a through the legs deke and deked out Yam and scored. Good for him. You know, good for him. You're fucking invisible for the other 179 minutes. Didn't do shit. The only other assist he got is because he was fucking dangle dicking with the puck in the corner and got fucking smushed, and the puck just leaked out to Cosmic, and Cosmic made a great pass to you. That's the only other point
He
he
did
got
get
that game.
smushed. I remember that. That was so funny.
Yeah, and the puck just fell right out, right to Cosmic. Cosmic just one-touched it right to you, right on the tape, and you scored. Like, all right. So the kid, whatever. Like, I mean, you can go like he fucking dangled, whatever. You know, cool. He made one play. You know what I mean? And then he fucking clipped it, and then put it in the fucking chat box like he was the best ever. You know what I mean, dude? You fucking out of context. You made one good play. You tried that play 14 fucking times that entire series. It worked one time, and you got clamped the fuck down.
Well, you know how this league works.
And
They
then
see a
sends me
highlight
messages
like that.
after the game.
You see, well, let's get into that in a second. You see, most of this league works. They see that highlight and they see who won the series, and then that clearly that person or that team dominated.
No, we didn't
I
get. We got dominated. We got dominated game 3.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
The other
We
two
did-
games were
yeah.
pretty close.
If you didn't watch the stream, that's the perception. So I understand why people would take offense, or you know, they would feel like they're being quote unquote slandered. Okay, I'll stop. Rocco, were you gonna say something?
I want to go back because what I was trying to bring up. I mean, that's great that you brought that up. I
right.
mean,
I know you asked
so
about the
that's
fight.
good. I'm glad we talked about that because it's ridiculous. Like you said, you get shut down for 179 minutes. You succeed on one play. You try 15 times and then gloat about it. All right, congrats. I guess whatever. Let him have his victory
Unbelievable.
if that's what he thinks that is. That's great. But we're going to the fight he had with you, right? You guys fought late in that game 3, I guess, and he pinned you down. You didn't like that.
Yeah,
I know
so-
you didn't like that. You're going on about the chat box. Hang on, I gotta say because I was talking to Dolly about this yesterday. So he pins you down, you know, when he holds your head down and you can't do anything. And instead of beating the shit out of you, he goes and starts sending you messages. I gotta say, that's fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's hilarious. Is that
absolutely
actually what happened?
hilarious. You pin
Yes.
somebody down and you start sending
That's-
messages trolling them. That's objectively fucking hilarious. I
hold
hate
on.
Kev, but kudos to him. That's an epic move. I love
Was
it.
he raging at you? Were these messages rage, or was he just like Because I want to know.
Kept saying
think
like
there was enough
GG
time.
in like caps.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
not enough time. I think it's
okay.
just
If he
GG.
was raging like you're a piece of shit or something, that's technically a win for you.
No,
Because
I called him a
he's
shitter
so,
because he is.
Because he's so rattled that during the fight he has to stop and message you. But no, that's cool too. That's really. Could you imagine that's a win for Donnie and he's getting fucking jerseyed?
That's a Cosmic Fade special right there. Cosmic Fade will do
Yeah,
that
but I mean,
to
like,
everyone.
All right,
Yeah.
then I mean, like, that's not fighting, though. You know what I mean? That's a fucking glitch. You know what I mean? Oh, you can.
It's not a
like,
glitch.
You get out of it.
It's not a
you can get
glitch,
out of it
though.
with you can get out of it with good timing. Dude, I've never fought in this game. So what kind of timing do I have? It's a fucking video game. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
fucking
I would
pride
get pinned
yourself on
instantly too.
you pride yourself on fighting in a fucking virtual video game and pinning someone's head so they can't actually smash buttons, which what fighting should. You know what I mean? Like fighting, all I do is fucking just fucking rapid hit B as fast as possible. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I didn't want to fight. I didn't start the fight.
Donnie, if
You
I'm
know what I
you,
mean? Like-
I take the dub simply because you say you showed him now for most like 179 minutes. He got one goal and won a fight. Cool. That means you frustrated the fuck out of him. Dolly could probably attest to that. He was actually no. I heard the stream. Kev was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like Kev was fired up after that. Meaning he actually.
Of course, that's one win, right? Like.
Yeah,
Right.
that's his win. That's that.
Yeah, so
the heroin addict fix. There you go.
Yeah.
Now he has that.
So he was like
ammo
2 and
for
40
life.
that game.
Or until next time.
Like 90% of the time, he would just fucking stop at the blue line and just tap fucking sauce into the zone because he couldn't get in all day, and then he pins my head. Cool,
All
bro.
right. All right. As much as we love hearing about that, we can
Rage
move
quit
on.
again.
I don't know if we told. Yeah,
It's all
okay.
good.
Yeah, we know that's where it's coming from. We get that's where the hate comes from. So, yeah, we can move on to I guess other drama that Dolly and his team, or I guess Dolly specifically, are tied to, which is the big write-up by Pogs, the giant write-up. Donnie, you can take it away since it's your segment. I think everyone has.
Yeah, no,
on this though.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll throw it out there too. Like, I watched your guys' stream that night. I haven't really watched like a ton of streams. I go here and here I'll try to watch like the big series streams. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If there's two Titans playing, I'm gonna watch it, right? And I think we were all playing club. I forget who we were playing with. I think I was playing with Sober and I don't know, a couple other guys, and we were kind of just watching. Maybe Cortez was in there. We were just like watching on the side too. And that's when I kind of just my throat's real dry. It's a high pollen count these days. You guys, the pollen is outrageous. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Allergy season. It's dry out there. But yeah, so I mean, like that kind of like just got me thinking, like, and then maybe Dom thought that's when I like went back and I never rewatched it, but like, you know, during the series that like I can't believe he went back and rewatched the series anyway to listen to what maybe Pogs was watching it too, so that I can see it's kind of weird, but from my opinion, like it's kind of like both hypocritical, right? The comments on the stream, I know it's a persona and all that. Pogs' write-up for me, I kind of hit a lot of points home for me. It might have been a little over the top. Pretty well written. He's a pretty good writer, to be honest with you. Pretty well written. But like, I think both parties are like kind of hypocritical in this situation. Like, people calling, then you got like this clan coming to your defense, right? All it is Pogs' team out there, and then there's this clan. You got like Ability, who's not even involved in anything, coming out here and saying stuff like, dude, like get out of the fucking message board there. You know what I mean? It's between Dolly and Pogs basically, right? And people on the teams should be the ones commenting on this stuff. You know how it like you know, me a couple of years ago, I'd be all in on that stuff too. You know what I mean? But I try to stay away from that stuff. It doesn't directly involve me nowadays. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dolly, you can probably give your thoughts on that. We can kind of comment on it too.
I should have started with Dolly because it directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dolly, yeah, you can kind of explain the whole deal and
Okay,
what's
so I'll break it down into parts here. The first part, and I'm going to preface everything by saying this, is I can't control how people feel about what's said on my stream. I'm not going to change it. There are two things that really sell on the internet. One of them is sex, which I can't put on Twitch, and the other one's fucking raging. So anybody who's known me over the last 3 seasons, man, I've been pretty chill. I've been super nice. I've been loving to everyone. All my analysis on Throwdown, I'm just always so nice about everything. Someone kind of asked me to be a bit more heel this season, and I'm doing it. And people are loving it. And so I'm not going to stop. That being said, me personally, I really like those guys. Every player on their team is extremely skilled, and they're actually really nice people. But some people have difficulty differentiating between what is on the stream and what I truly feel. And so I can see why people get so, for lack of a better term, I'll just say bent out of shape about it, actually. On my stream, there was a couple of key moments that people fixated on. The first one was the lag issue, so we'll address that now. They said that they had some really bad lag on East Coast servers before the series. I get it. The servers suck. They suck for everyone all fucking day. But they come into the series, they let Surprise Me host game 1, and I want to take people at face value. I really do on the internet, but you just can't. You just can't. So I, on my stream, pull up my ping. I'm at 65 ping. So of all 12 players in the series, I'm the only person who can prove that right now on that host, I got 65 ping. But they came in my stream and they said, don't worry about it, man, because we're all lagging too. It sucks. And then I said, okay, well, that's great. Then game 3, logical choice. Let's just change the host. They said, okay. Game 2, they said that they were on 200, 300 ping. And, I want to believe them. But in my experience, 200 and 300 ping seems like a bit far-fetched because usually that's a disconnect after 100. But even if they were, I'm sorry, guys. I would have absolutely changed my host. Game 3 rolls around, they roll surprise me again. So on my stream, what I was trying to explain was, if they were lagging at 60 ping in Game 1 like they said they were, there's no logical reason to try and run the same host. Why wouldn't you try a different host just to see if we can have a normal fucking game? On top of that, I only said they were being scummy when they refused my request for a different host. That was what was scummy. But then, if they listen to the rest of the stream 5 seconds later when Pog switched, I was like, that's classy. That's a lot classier. Thanks, Pogs. But some people hear the first words and fixate on it, and then you can compliment them all fucking day. It's kind of similar to your situation with Kev, Donnie. You can shut him down all day, but when Kev gets that one moment, he runs with it. And I think that's kind of what happened, because I did spend a lot of my stream complimenting these guys. You guys can go ahead.
I mean, Don, if you have any rebuttal, we can start with that, and then Rocco.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I don't have a problem with what you say on the stream either. I get it. I think the stuff about EA, you rage at EA too. And then there was comments coming back to Pogs where people were like, oh, Pogs, and then people coming to your defense saying that Pogs is whiny. But, he's just responding to, to what he feels was a whiny stream, too. Even though, you're right, you can't control what he feels like, right? So, that's where I say it's hypocritical, right? You have people coming to your defense and on a thread. When Pogs has some write-up, a write-up, right? He's entitled to a write-up. He won the series, right? However he goes with it, we all love write-ups. Wherever he goes with it, I thought he made some good points and stuff, whatever, right? But, right, the whininess is on both sides, too. I'm not saying that you're a whiner, he's whining. Those weren't my words, but, that's where I find it, hypocritical, is that, Pogs should be able to write that write-up, and then the people, your team should be able to react to it, 100%, right? But people from the league shouldn't be these people are whining, you know what I mean? Stay out of it, you know what I mean? It's between Pogs and Dolly, and Pogs' team and Dolly's team, you know what I mean? So
it's
that's
hard to
my
control
opinion.
that, but I get that.
No,
I see what you're saying.
No one says it. No one says you can control it. No one said no.
Yeah.
I never said that you should control. I'm just saying that that's why people get mad, right? And I think that's why people get more infuriated. That you got people coming out of here and just it's dude, it's between them. You know what I mean? Whatever is said on, I love the streams, to be honest with you. I said it in the last podcast. I want more rage on the streams because it's fucking unreal. You know what I mean?
Right.
It does suck when you're the person who's getting raged on. You know what I mean? Apparently, I don't know if I ever have been. You know what I mean? If Dom said that during our stream and stuff, that all I was doing was headhunting Kevin. Yeah, but that was by design because it was fun and it worked. You know what I mean? So I don't really care.
And Dolly's stream, he was just pointing that out. It was nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It was all you're doing is running Kevin, and it's obviously anyone who watched it. Nobody even need to comment on it. But anyways,
I never play defense that way. By the way, I never go.
Oh
for
no,
hits.
I know.
Ever.
I like to
which
think
is hilarious.
that I'm pretty fair with what I say on my stream, even though it's raw. Here's the thing: is that I know I know people need to listen to this show today, like because they need to understand that I'm not going to stop being Dick Dolly this season. I'm not. I'm going to be that guy. If you have a problem with me, send me a message. Flode messaged me last night. We had a nice chat. We're probably gonna play some Chell today. Like, just be an adult and talk to me, and I'll kindly explain to you that I think you're cute as fuck and we should bang. Like, I don't know.
Love it.
It's hard.
Well,
the internet is tough.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
like
it's tough for sure.
I went through the sorry, Rocco, I guess I'm jumping all over your spot here, but while it's fresh, yeah, I was kind of upset. Like, it was mainly Float and you going back and forth in that comment thread, and I drafted Float and got to know him pretty well, and like the dude is like super chill, super nice, and to me, I just knew him as an LG dude who's Pogs' friend, and that quickly went away when I met him, and I'm like, oh, this dude's like, not to sound elitist or cliquey to certain people, but like this guy's 239 material. Like, he's just chill, good dude. I don't care about your skill, and he's a very skilled player. Let's say that much. Float. And by the way, I'll extend that to Pogs. Every time I talk to Pogs, and I've been to a party with him like twice, and played with him once, and been on a show with him once, and he seems like a level-headed, understanding, listening guy. I rarely, and you guys can attest to this, have you been in a league or a party with anybody in this league and have said something to them and they went like, oh, okay. Like they just took in what you were saying. You know what I mean? And I've seen that with Pogs. So again, I'll just comment on it while it's fresh. That write-up and why I think it was whiny, because I personally thought it was on the whiny side from Pogs, is there's a difference between, I guess the typical write-up would be like boasting, and it would be kind of comical boasting, where it's like ribbing, right? Where it's like, I'm not entirely serious, but it's also half serious because we did beat you at your own game. 60%, 70% of that write-up was about him and his teammates' feelings. Now, just let's say that was a joke, and he didn't actually mean that, right? Not the form to put it in. And it wasn't funny. It came off whiny if it was a joke. Now, if they were serious and they did feel slighted, also not the form to put it in, because if I'm me, I'm Pogs, I would talk to the other captain, I would talk to Dolly, because putting that in your write-up to boast about your achievements comes off really like rattled. It doesn't. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like one, and again, the rest of the write-up was good. I understand that, and Pogs kind of right after that winked at it, like, "Hey, now to be serious and talk about the write-up, cool." But 60% of your write-up, or wherever it was picking the things Dolly said on his stream out. I don't care if it was Dolly streaming, if it was web or amp streaming. When people are streaming, I think there should be a certain right that you should let them say whatever the fuck you want. Yes, clip it and boast about it later. That's why we stream. It's a privilege. Streaming should still be a thing. It should always be a thing, so we can get ammo like this. But when you dedicate 60% of your write-up to butthurtedness, and again, I didn't comment in that thread, and I don't agree with White Knights coming to anybody's rescue, Dolly, Pogs, whatever, because everyone's a grown fucking man, for the most part, in this league, and should let people just... Donnie, I 100% agree with you. This is between Dolly and Pogs. Let that be a thing. Let that fuel... let that fuel to the fire. Let that be organic. Let that be between them. Everyone can have an opinion on it, because that's our fucking right. But and I'm not saying to keep it to themselves, but like, let that happen. Everyone else can talk about it over on the side, right? The peanut gallery. So that being said, I think objectively, and I'm sure that's wrong, that write-up and where people had problems with it is it did come off, because that's not how write-ups are typically done, as whiny or rattled, and there's a reason for it. That being said, Pogs' team won. They won. What was the main issue? Dolly's team didn't score, I think. Like that.
No, we
there's
did.
your ammo. There's your fucking ammo, Pogs. Like, just run away with that.
And we tied.
Yeah, like, and it was OT, and it was tight games, and you're both number one. And by the way, you both have the same points. So, I mean, if I'm Pogs, I'm different. I'm making a funny write-up because we won a series that was ultimately meaningless anyway. Like, I know they're first place and drew a weaker, let's say, seed. Sure, but like, it's just in the end of the day, it's a round one matchup. Or the two Titan teams going for number one, and you chose the majority of your write-up to talk about your teammates' feelings? What, dude? Like, I love you guys and I want you to do well. I never played with Master America. Vinny, nice guy, very chill. I think he's also like pretty smart because he's talking about Algiers that I knew, and he could, like, he was going off like everybody on that team for the most part that I know, like Peakful Bob, you name them, they seem like normal dudes, not LG elitist pieces of shit. Not saying anyone said that. So with that being said, I mean, just be that team, be that number one team. You don't have to, I don't know, tell your players, tell the league about your players' feelings, and not name names or say who felt this way, or have people guess who felt that way, or even have to fucking think that players on your team feel a certain way. Nobody else in the league defends their feelings like that. And if you do, you're going to be laughed at because it's more of a weakness being like, hey, what you said, essentially, Pogs, by the way, what you said was, Dolly said all this stuff and it hurt her feelings. And it was on his stream, and sure, that's where the disconnect happened, but, I mean, dude, come on. You had to have known you were going to get roasted for that, or at least people who read it are going to think of you differently now. And by differently, I mean they're going to think of you more as a snowflake. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate because I personally know you, or I play with you, and you're not that dude. You just seem like a normal, level-headed guy. And maybe it was for drama, maybe it was played up. Cool, but perception is a thing, and that happened. Anyways, I've gone on way too long. I didn't know I had that much to say about it. Anybody else wants to comment on what I said, please feel free right now. If not, Rocco, take it away.
I don't got a heck of a lot to say about it. I mean, I think it could have been handled a little bit better. The write-up itself could have been a much different approach to it, but like you said, he was clearly rattled by what Dolly said. And at the same respect, Dolly, I understand, like, that's your thing. You're doing your stream. I'm cool with that. I like it. People like it. Keep doing it. Absolutely. But, you know, you're going to run into people that are going to take offense to it. It's going to happen.
Mhm.
It is what it is. But
I've accepted
it's
that.
just I like D-Mart's comments that he put on the thread. You know, everything Pog said is
Oh my
correct.
God,
Dolly,
plus
you're an
one.
asshole. Everything
Plus
Dolly
one.
said is correct. Pogs, you're insecure. That's something. That's great.
100%
And I also
right.
just have
It's a
to. I also just
TLDR.
have to mention, Murph just commented on that thread a couple hours ago, asking if anyone needs some Gatorade. I got a shitload on this bench. Thought that was kind of funny.
That's good. I didn't see that.
Okay, I got a couple more things really quickly here, because you just brought it up, Dom. I'm going to touch on it really quick. It goes back to hearing kind of what you want to hear and not what's actually said. When I said LG pieces of shit on my stream, it's because Master America went from the blue line, completely slowed down trying to force an icing, and failed, by the way.
Can't
LOL.
stand that shit.
And I was like, that's like an LG piece of shit thing to do. I didn't say he's an LG piece of shit because he's actually a really nice guy. But it all goes back to what you like, hearing what you want to hear, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, with the whole being a dick persona, when you go in the forums like that, that dick persona is gonna let you have it. Me, Dolly, let me have it all fucking day. I want it. I want it. Just roast me. I don't care. It's delightful to read. I'm sitting here laughing at my keyboard as I'm writing all this stuff, like basically trolling these guys because they weren't letting it go. And Dick Dolly's going to do that all day. But real Dolly, if they had just messaged me and be like, yo, dude, I really appreciate that. I'd been like, I'm sorry, man. Like, it's just the persona. Just deal with it. I mean, I don't mean it by any means. I'm an idiot. Just fucking accept the fact that I'm a moron and that you're a cool dude and we're all gravy.
Yeah, I'll say there's something I wanted to touch on there, but pretty much, and I can't think of a specific time Pogs or anybody on that team did it, but I think it was in the write-up where he was like, oh, like, we said all that, the 60% butthurt spiel that he went on, and then he was like, okay, but we're actually, like, not that way, or we don't care, whatever. I think the biggest sign of being rattled is saying that you're not rattled, or pretending like you don't care, and Float, I love you, but when you keep talking and then you're also kind of using the same tactic of that Pogs used, like, we were slandered. Dude, bro, first things first, I'll say this. What Dolly said, or what anybody says on stream, is not offensive. You guys were offended. There is a difference, okay? That's number one. Number two, the whole slandered thing, Dude, guys, sorry, I need to touch on this. I forgot to talk about it. What do you think about yourselves in this league? What do you think your name is? Number one, Flo, Pogs, whoever. Do you guys think nobody knows your names? People know you. People already know you. People, like, even if they don't know you personally, they know, like, oh, this guy's a good player, this guy's a good captain, whatever. Slander. You guys led people to believe that nobody knew your name, and the only, judgment or characteristic they were getting from you was through Dolly's stream. And that everybody watches Dolly's stream, by the way, which isn't fact, but that's fine. Donnie can attest to it.
Yeah, but they don't because I'm smart. They do it because I'm an idiot.
Yes, no, nobody's like, oh, Dolly has really good points here. It's like, when is Dolly gonna break his controller? That's pretty much why everyone tunes in. Now, that being said, the whole slander thing, that to me, just to close it up, sorry, is like a pre-rattle sign, which is like, you were slandering her name. It's like, no, he was just saying, in the heat of the moment, stupid stream shit, which he did and has to everyone. I got it in our series, and we're really good friends. Everyone is going to get it. When you say slander, it's like, obviously it's a huge word, but that means you think really highly of yourselves and you can't take what other people say about you on the stream. Yes, take it back in the forum, clip everything he said and be like, so ignorant, or say something to that effect. Saying it hurt your feelings and then why he's a piece of shit or whatever in a write-up is just, it comes off as like you guys think so highly of yourselves, and it's actually kind of reinforcing the perspective of what people think of you, of what you think people think of you. It's reinforcing we're a bunch of LG elitists think highly of ourselves just by doing that, by the way. And I didn't think that until you wrote shit like that, until you said slander. I'm just like, okay, you guys think really highly of yourselves. That's enough, sorry for me. Rocco, carry on.
You've totally besmirched me today, and I demand satisfaction from him. Charlie Kelly quote right there.
It's a good word, besmirched.
Was that it? Was that the whole interjection?
I don't have anything else to say. I think we've talked about it long enough. Let's move on, right?
I think we have. Anybody else have anything to say? Just, let's squeeze everything out of the sponge. Donnie, you good?
Just love the entertainment. I just love the entertainment. I just need more entertainment.
Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Nights.
Plus one of that, Pogs. It's a necessary evil. Thanks for the write-up. I think it was entertaining at the very least. Dolly, I think you can agree with that too.
Okay, so Pogs and I have been messaging each other for weeks. I get it. I keep telling him to roast me. Let me fucking have it. I deserve it. I've been a dick this season. Like, people have been nice to me. I know I've been a dick. Just let me have it.
Yeah. If he could have just centered more, and Dolly, we're friends, but if Pogs could have centered more on being a dick to you than talking about his teammates' feelings, that would have been great. Or, like, he probably mentioned it once, but when you mentioned your teammates' feelings, like, stop, dude, stop. The guys took offense to it. You don't need to reinforce that people were upset. Just talk about Dolly being a dick. Talk about Dolly always getting EA'd. Let's put this out there. Dolly constantly says he gets EA'd or his team gets EA'd. Like most of the time. You brought up the West Coast connection shit. Yeah, I know you take shit back and forth, but that is a formula to Dolly's stream. Talk about that. Talk about the hypocrisy in that. It's open. We're adults. That's fine. Like, dude, there's a way to do it. And like, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just anal about write-ups, whatever you want to call it. And like, you could have taken it one way and you took it another way, and it hurt my feelings. I'm offended, and that was offensive.
Get offended. Write a big post about it.
Get offended. Snowflakes melting. Okay, so. Yes, that'll take us into Donnie drama, and I don't know how fucking long that lasted, but it was clearly a long time.
Oh yeah.
It was good. I don't know if we have time for word association, because there's 4 of us, and there's 2 teams, and that's like 16 names, and math, so I don't know how long it'll take. Or I think we can do 1 team, and that team could either be, nope, we're going to do Peninsula Pirates. How about that, guys? Let's do word association. I'll read off the names for those who don't know. We come up with one stupid or funny name based on their gamer tag or inside jokes, whatever the fuck. That's how this goes. So we're going to do Peninsula Pirates this week, playoff edition, I guess. And we're going to start off with, by the way, 8992, whatever the fuck. BTW 8892. So Donnie, take it away.
I mean, you just stole my thing. I think that's his initials, but I can't help but reading it and say, by the way. Oh, I have to go by the way. That's what I had queued up. But thanks for ruining it.
Oh, well, see, that's what I read, so it's my fault. Rocco?
I mean, I'm just getting to know BTW, a bit here. Obviously, he just came to our team a couple weeks ago, but I'm just gonna say is to tell him just stay open for me.
I think we all can read into that. Dolly?
Um, it's one word.
It,
Hey, it's
wink,
it's
wink,
one
wink,
word.
wink,
Everybody knows
wink.
the rules, so
One
you
word,
know,
everybody knows the
kind of do
rules.
what you want.
So
Well,
as many
okay,
words
so
as
I've already said it already this stream, but for me it's underrated. He's good at pretty much everything. He goes in net. He's good in net. He goes on defense. He's good at D. We play PUBG with them, man. He kills everybody. This guy is just a very underrated gamer, and he's a super sweet dude. I love him.
Yeah, mine would just be Goat, so Goat. Like, because he is amazing. He's a good dude. If for those that don't know, he's kind of always the dude behind shirt designs. Like you can kind of tell which ones he made. They're the ones that look good. And he's the guy that makes Twitch overlays for a lot of the streamers. I don't know if anyone knows that. He does a lot of work for the league in that respect. And this is one, he's doing it for free, and two, he's taking his own personal time, like after his own life and job, to do this shit for a lot of people. I know personally he's hooked up Dan, I think, and he's hooked up Kayla with their Twitch streams, and she can't thank him enough. Like there's more things. There's a lot that goes into a channel. Dolly can attest to that. And if somebody is designing your shit and you need more shit and you want to ask them but you don't want to because they're so nice and they do it for you all the time, you start feeling guilty. And Brian is that guy. So I'm gonna take a heartfelt one with this one. He's great and he's a heart and soul member of the league. I think. And I'm glad we have him. So go greatest of all time. All right, next we can move on to the captain. DMAR 15, Donnie, go for it.
Man, I'm just gonna say UFC. I mean, I watched some of his UFC streams; they're pretty intense. If anyone hasn't caught those, little shameless plug for his stream here.
I mean, guy's just a fucking beauty. We don't have to say much more than that. Dmart, fucking beauty. I love you. Also, just little hat tip for my player name. Thank you. My player name comes from Dmart. That is all. Continue. Dom, go. Dolly, go.
Dolly.
Come on. I'm trying to direct traffic here. You guys aren't following. Let's go.
What happened to Dolly? Dolly! Dolly la 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 la. I don't know if he's
Dom,
still
keep it
there.
going.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And I kind of have a spiel, so let's check in if Dolly comes back. Conor McGregor. That's mine. That's mine for Dan. Those who don't know.
Here, can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, there you go. There you are.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I don't know why
Hold
I couldn't
on.
hear. I think it was connecting.
Okay. So I'm just doing Dan's one word, and then I'll throw it to you. Conor McGregor is my one word for Dan because I don't know if people saw this when Dan first started streaming UFC. He created like another account because those who don't know, Dan is super fucking OP at UFC, and he went on a streak, and he was like 22-0. And he was taking requests of fighters, and I said, well, I haven't seen you play as Conor McGregor yet. And he's like, oh, you want me to play as Conor McGregor, Dom? And I was like, play as Conor McGregor. And then he lost 2 straight fights as Conor McGregor, and I ended his streak. And that's a thing that I felt bad about since. And he tweeted about it afterwards from his channel, saying like, oh, we had a great streak, but thanks to tagged me. He tagged me and was like, oh, that's no longer a thing. So thanks. So that was fun. So yeah, golly. DMAR 15.
My one word for Dan is BAWD. I don't know what it is about the way this guy says bud, but when he hits you with a bud at the end of a sentence, it just feels good. Just you feel like you're home, man.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
I agree with that. Yeah, and then finally, geez, we got Burks. Burks is still on your team, right? Burks X. So Donnie.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, I don't can't tell if this kid's name is like Burke. Is it Burks? But I don't know. I don't really know this guy, but I'm gonna go Berserk. For some reason, I see his name, I just think Berserk.
I'm just gonna let you know. Should I ruin it for you?
Go for it.
Sure.
Or just let you have this?
I want you to ruin it.
It's a play on his last name. It's on his email account.
Interesting.
His,
Yeah,
his
that's what I'm
last name,
saying.
I won't
Was-
give it out, but
That's shocking.
Burks
Okay.
is just like a shortened version of his last name. What can I say about Burks? Just stay on the right wing.
Dale?
Are you guys looking for me to expand on that? It's quiet there.
I think it's self-explanatory.
Wasn't it? Is it?
Isn't it? Do you throw breakout passes and he's not on the right wing? Or is he
No. See,
constantly coming down?
that's exactly why it is not.
Then I'd rather
fact
just
that
assume,
he
sir.
was playing left wing until we got BTW. He's a left
Well,
wing left wing.
Yeah,
It
see, that
just
was
didn't
gonna be-
work out well.
that was going to be mine, and sorry, I'll cut off Dolly for this one. Mine was going to be not a left wing, and simply because at the start of the season I did like a rankings post and had him as left wing, and then Esso gave me shit for like Burks has never been a left wing, which he has, by the way. He's played left wing in this league, and he's always been a right wing. He won't be playing left wing, and I was like, okay, I don't agree with you, but all right. And then most of the season, lo and behold, he's playing left wing. And
Yeah, but he
he's
shouldn't have
good.
been. No
I know,
offense
he
to
shouldn't have
Burke, he's a
been.
good player, but he shouldn't have been playing
Yeah.
left wing.
I understand he's a right winger, but fuck him. Like fuck me, he's a left winger at least for most of the season. Kill me. Dolly Burks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mash a bunch of words together here really quickly. Goal line, cross crease, pass goals. I played this guy 3 times ever, and every single time he somehow manages to try and throw force a cross crease like at the red line, at the goal line, and it goes in the net. I don't even know. It's just
He's got
fucking
a
magical.
handful of them this season. He does. That's
All right.
great.
So beautiful wiener is next, and I'm gonna take this one before Donnie. Best tag. That's my one word for him. Donnie, take it away.
I mean,
Beautiful
it's-
wiener.
Fantastic.
It's a great tag. It's I feel like it's inspired by yours truly here. Yeah, I was just gonna
What?
say, joking. You have a beautiful wiener.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joking.
9-inch nails over here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to one of my greatest ones in the past and take something similar. I'm gonna go glorious hot dog. That was a Smelly Planet reference from before.
Yep. From who you introduced the show to in the beginning. Rocco.
I'm gonna give him a nickname right now, right off the top of my head, the Gunslinger. I kid
that
you not,
need
guys.
explanation?
I mean the puck does not stay on his stick for more than like 1.3 seconds for an entire game. I mean, as soon as he touches that puck, it's off his stick just as quick. You gotta be ready for it. He's the Gunslinger. It's coming at you quick.
Fair enough. Dolly.
For me, it's going to be inspirational. We've been kind of putting together a little bit of a guild in World of Warcraft from 239, and our guild name is Beautiful Wieners because we just can't get enough of it.
All right, and yours truly now. We're at Rocco 33. So Rocco, you're gonna go last on this. All right, just letting you know this right now. Donnie, take it away.
I'm just fucking disgusted from what we talked about earlier about this fruit and vegetable incident.
Ugh.
Disgusted.
Ugh.
Disgusted is my one word.
Those that are listening won't know what we're talking about yet, but it'll be.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. Next segment, by the way.
I also have a second
disgusted.
one at the end for Rocco too.
At the very end, all right.
At the very end, after you guys go, just in case you guys are as clever as I am.
Actually, I'll say mine. So Rocco is, for me, my one word is undergrads. Now, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's a show.
Cal?
Cal, Rocco, Gimp. Yeah, I don't know why, but every time I see Rocco, I think of the character Rocco in Undergrads, who, for those
That's
that don't
funny.
know, is like a dumb frat
Love that
boy,
show.
drinker type of dude. Yeah, I love that show. I'll throw up a picture right now. Boop, cue it up. Pending rights pending. For those that don't know, Dolly, go for it. Rocco 33.
All right, so for lack of a better terminology here, I'm gonna call you a phantom giggler, and that's because I know that I get mad at the game, and Chelsea's in your party sometimes, and you hear me raging, and I know you're fucking laughing at me all the time. I know that.
Absolutely
Chelsea's like,
hilarious.
oh, I'm playing with
I do the
Rocco, and
same.
I'm just like, I know Rocco's up there laughing his ass off at me. Fuck.
I just wish you wouldn't mute a mic so much. You started muting a mic because you didn't want us to hear it. Got pissed. Like, stop muting your fucking mic. This shit's hilarious. What are you embarrassed about? Not like you don't know what he's doing. He's fucking streaming it.
Right.
Am I going for myself now? Like, is that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of weird. Like, I'm a
You
very.
You don't have to. I don't
I
think
don't-
I did for me.
I mean, I
just
will if you
low-key
want me to come
didn't.
up with something, I guess. But I don't.
If you have to come
you
up
know,
with it, then
I'm not
ew.
one that generally likes to talk about myself. You know what I mean? It's not.
Can yours also be disgusted? Like, are you disgusted in yourself that you're an adult and have never had a fruit or vegetable in your entire life?
I'm proud of myself. I mean,
Okay,
just
we're
the-
moving on. I'm not gonna
just the
entertain this. I'm not giving you a
stick-to-itiveness.
voice. No, let's. I mean, okay, there is some respect there. Donnie, did you have one? Your real one?
Yeah, it was Nightshades. Was my next one. Because Rocco's never had any.
I don't know what's going on right now.
What's a nightshade?
Like it's like a strawberry, or there's some sort of vegetables that are called nightshades.
I
Tom
don't. I've
Brady
never
doesn't
had
eat
one either.
nightshades, and neither does Rocco. Yeah,
Okay.
strawberries
Oh,
are
you
nightshades.
like a nightshade? Okay, because that's how it grows. Like, or type of thing.
I don't know why they're called that, but there's like these vegetables called nightshades and fruits. So I'm just gonna call Rocco a nightshade from now on.
Sweet.
So.
Sweet.
I like it.
All right, we got two more names to end it on. Why the fuck do I have? Is Murph on your team?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, why do I have marijuana Murph here? Yeah, okay, marijuana Murph. My one word for him is faded. Next, Donnie.
Yeah, for Murph, what should I should say? I should be like anonymous, because he was. If you're, I don't know if you guys use GChat, for your team chat, Rocco, or if he's even invited there, but like for a whole season, like you ever go in a GChat and someone's just anonymous, right? Like they don't have like a Gmail account, but somehow they're in like your GChat. Like that's what Murph is. It's like he doesn't have a Gmail account or email. But he can come into your GChat as like anonymous and like no name, no like identity that it's actually Murph, and that's how he
I've
did
had
like
that. It's
90% of our
frustrating.
season last season was
Yeah, it's hard to
anonymous.
DM someone like that.
You can't. It's
Can't say I'm
impossible.
surprised. I mean, this isn't gonna be mine, obviously, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Going back several years, Murph was a captain, and Murph didn't have a computer. So
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know the thing called the captain's thread. Like, how does that work? He would use the Microsoft Internet Explorer app on the Xbox 360 to communicate whenever the fuck he decided to sign on
Stop.
to it.
Stop.
It was
Oh my
oh my
gosh.
no, it was an absolute fucking disaster, and he was trying all sorts of scummy shit that season too. And then he would sign on and just like because he had Sweet Lou, on his team part time, and he was trying to get him changed during the season to full time. Like there was any fucking chance in hell that was ever gonna happen for any player ever. And like he would just like sign on, like write this like long fucking email of like spelling errors and like it just looks like it was typed on an Xbox 360. I mean, it was just oh my god, absolutely
My God.
hilarious. Thank
Bro-
God I wasn't a part of any of it. I
Bro-
was just like a witness to it in the captain's thread, but holy fuck.
Browsing on Xbox Internet Explorer is playing on broadcast cam in NHL to signing on to 239. That is just fucking like basic. I don't even know what to say about that.
So anyway, I'll go into mine now real quick. Keep the Gatorade flowing on the bench there, Murph. Good job.
That one where everybody knows the rules. Dolly.
Okay, so mine is gonna be 1v1 me, bro, and it's I will never
Oh, yeah.
forget this season when he challenged the league and Cosmic embarrassed him to the point where he rage quit in the first period.
Murph rage
Age
quit?
quit.
Yeah,
Come out.
Murph
Who won?
Murph lost the first game 4-2, and then he's like, It's best of 3. Cosmic was up 4-1 at the end of the first period. Murph rage quit. I will never forget that moment. It's like the ultimate like karma.
Would.
It's what you get
That's
for
getting
trying to be a
blasted.
schoolyard bully, because you get your ass handed to you by a kid who doesn't really play versus.
Bit of more than you
But
get
yeah, I
chance.
still love Murph. Love Murph.
Yeah, Murph. Mine was faded. Yeah. Okay, and the final name and that'll end word association for us this week is I don't want to take anyone's name here, but sober enough. So I mean, I think you guys all know what mine's gonna be. So hashtag season 2, hashtag Thundercats. All right, Donnie, take it away.
I don't know if you guys have been in the chat in the last couple of days, but this might resonate because I thought it was actually one of the funniest things I've read in a long time. I'm gonna go bee sting.
That was
Or Beast.
that was so funny.
Bee sting, just randomly out of nowhere. Sober's like, listen, like I put my in sober voice. I'm reading it like in his voice, like, listen, I put my shoe on. And I got a sharp pain in my toe. And then I realized I took it off, and it was a bee inside my shoe, and it stung me in my toe. I was like, Jesus Christ.
It sounds like a thing Sober would put out there publicly, and also that is not a
Yeah.
good Sober impression because I understood everything you were saying.
Okay.
That was good. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. I'll give you a B- minus on that.
All right, I'll take a B minus.
I just want to use this opportunity in word association with sober enough to say, not your fault.
That seems pretty deep.
Damn.
He just thinks every goal that goes in is his fault. No matter
Well, I
what.
mean, that's kind of what you want from your goalie, but also not. They rattle themselves.
It's just, but it gets annoying. Like
Oh,
he,
I
like
know
just
that.
last series, I yelled at him because there was a play. The dude had the puck at like the fucking hash marks, and he threw a pass like backdoor, like I mean bang bang. The dude was like 5 feet out from the net, pass it backdoor for a one timer. He's like, oh, I should have had that. Like, sober, shut the fuck up. That is not your fault. You should not have had that. Like, that was my fault. I didn't fucking cover the guy. Okay? Chill out.
Yeah.
Everything's his fault.
Dolly.
For me, it's gonna be Dragon Ball. This guy's like he's not really a closet Dragon Ball fan, but he's always in the chat box with the Dragon Ball videos, and he like goofy YouTube dubbed video of some funny moment in Dragon Ball. He's always in the chat box posting it, and I love it. I need more of
Wow.
it.
I have not seen any of that. Sounds like something I should check out. Yeah, all right. That takes a word association for this week. I think next week we'll probably, or next 2 weeks from now, we'll probably return back to 2 teams or so. This has gone on for a bit, but we do have cue the drum roll, I guess, a special segment, which we're going to do live, and then also hopefully provide you a video of it in the
Plan.
podcast. So we could probably cue that up whenever Rocco's ready. But I guess we should start off with a little, and this will take us to the end of the show, guys. So for those who are getting a little out there, Rocco has never, I think never is a good way of saying it, eaten a fruit or vegetable in his life. Now, some people know this, and
Man, I just
part
heard that
of, I
bag
guess,
open.
I just heard the bag open.
Sorry.
Part of the segment, a segment is like, Rocco doesn't do that stuff, but I guess he's, I don't know, becoming an adult now maybe, and maybe being a bit adventurous, but also wanting to try new foods. Hopefully those will be fruits and vegetables in the future, but as of right now, we're going to stick with trying some interesting food choices that 239ers made. So for those that have heard the last Bro Show and the preceding Thursday Throwdown, will kind of know what we're getting at right now, and that is the Pale Poner Deluxe special of, we have the recipe, folks, of peach rings and vitamin water, half water, and our very own
Power
Rocco
C.
33. Power C,
Vitamin water,
Power C.
Power C.
Power C.
Yes.
Is there a fruit? Is there a nightshade fruit that is also appended to that title?
Is dragon fruit a nightshade fruit? I don't know.
I don't know. It must be. I don't know any daytime dragon fruits.
I don't know.
Let's, who knows? We'll Google it. probably put up the Google search. Definitely won't do that because I'm lazy. Yeah, have power, sea, and water. Rocco, I guess, like, take it away, man. Like, what are you having over there? Like, what's it look like? What are your first impressions?
All right. Well, the first thing I'm gonna start off saying, I mean, I haven't fully agreed that I'm gonna dive into the realm of trying new things every week
You
on the
are, but
show.
continue.
I mean, we'll have to discuss that a bit.
Rocco,
But,
yes.
should we just
Rocco throws the talk to my
see? Because
agent.
we
Okay.
touched on it a little bit, and should we discuss a little bit about me and my eating habits there, or my lack thereof,
I mean, if you're
before we really
comfortable,
dive into this? I don't
if you're
care. I'm not
comfort-
embarrassed by it whatsoever. I don't. You
I
guys
mean, you
ask me
should
whatever
be,
the fuck
but
you
if
want.
you're comfortable with detailing your life, before we get started, I'm totally fine with this. Yeah, I guess feel free to share why you've chosen this path and how it's affected you of
Well,
not eating fruits and
so
veggies.
so just so you guys know, I'm 32 years old. I My name's Rocco. I'm 32 years old, and I don't eat
Have a
fruits,
problem?
vegetables, or seafood.
Just to get this out of the way, and I know this is like a given, but I need to hear you say it. It's one of those things I need to hear you say. You don't eat sushi, right? You've never eaten sushi?
I don't eat sushi. No, I would never. I mean, if you're
The
gonna
Bro
even try
Show's
seafood,
looking for a
I
new
mean,
co-host.
that would be
We'll be
the
taking
last
applications.
maybe
Mhm.
not. No, that probably wouldn't be the last thing actually. Probably something like squid or some shit. Like I had my friend was eating squid in my office the other night, and I was fucking disgusted. Like,
That
Well, I
sounds
mean, that's your
food.
friend's a friend's a
That's
complete
gross.
asshole then for eating fucking
That sounds like
squid in an office.
Yeah, you don't
So-
eat seafood. Like pro tip, people, don't eat seafood in the office. Don't eat seafood in a public place, and don't put it in the fucking
It didn't
microwave.
smell.
Okay.
Yeah, hang
but
on.
still.
First of all, it didn't smell, so I was happy about that because she's brought some smelly shit in the office before, and I've let her have it for that. Because I mean, how fucking dare you stink out my office? You're gonna sit in here for fucking 20, 30 minutes, stink out my office, and I gotta fucking sit in it for the next however many hours. That's just fucking rude.
It is.
Yeah, no, but fish, you heat up fucking fish. Oh God, no, fuck that. That's gross. It smells terrible.
I got
I don't know
I got a
how
question
people
before we
eat
go.
when you smell something like that. Go on.
You don't eat. So in this weird ass diet that you're in right now, you don't like fried calamari is off the table.
Oh, dude.
What is that?
Point.
What is that
Point
classified
Judith.
as?
It's like onion rings. It's like onion rings.
Point
but
Point
like
Judith.
calamari.
No.
Point Judith.
No,
You
it's
live in Rhode
not. Was
Island.
it-
Point Judith. Delicious Rhode Island style fried calamari. Just
Wait,
off the
wait, wait.
table.
The point.
Do you
I've
eat
been to
onion
Point
rings?
Judith once. It was for my best friend's wedding. Great time, great day.
Fair enough.
Didn't have
Shocked.
fried calamari. As Damon Amendolara, BA, formerly of the Sports Hub, would say. Fried
your best
calamari.
Oh, that was the way that he used to say calamar. Yeah, where do you go?
Yeah, you know what I'm
listen
talking about,
to
right?
those? Yeah.
You went to
Calamar.
CBS Radio National
Yeah.
broadcast.
He used to do that. He used to do
Um,
that solo show on the Sports Hour for like 6 hours a night by himself. It was
So
sicko.
weird dude, but he was funny.
Yeah. Oh, we got two Boston
So,
for them. Back on track.
So do
Way too Boston.
we have it? Do we have any questions before we get going here?
Well,
Anybody
I
wants to
just
grill
asked.
me, wants to just generally make fun of me. I'm fine with it. I don't care.
I was just gonna ask, have you had onion rings? Because technically,
I've never had onion rings, no.
you you choose not to, right? Like it's not like
That's
I never
correct.
had the chance to yet. Okay.
It, just to tackle, because I'm sure people are. I'm gonna get questions from people about this now, and ask me away. Again, I don't care. But one of the most common things they're like, you don't like them? You don't like this? You don't like that? It's not a matter of I don't like it. I don't eat it. I never tried it. I don't care to. So it's not like I like or I don't like. I just don't.
Okay.
You know
guess
what
they
they
like
be
our-
like,
our-
man,
our-
I gotta
our-
have some of that.
Our starches
I guess
in a
I-
way? Like French fries?
Okay.
Oh, you must.
That's a big point of contention for me when I say I don't eat vegetables. Like, oh, what about potatoes? You eat potatoes? I'm like, yeah, I eat potatoes, but the United States government classifies them as a starch.
Yeah, they're not vegetables. People, that's, yeah.
Correct.
They're starches, yeah.
You're
so, like-
technically
like-
more of a okay. Um,
It's technically more of a vegetable too, but I mean they're in a different class.
Well, yeah. But I just
think,
meant like
yeah,
Rocco
for
is
sure.
still sliding away with the no veggies thing on a technicality, which is even funnier to me, I think. But I guess I have
Sweet
one.
potatoes in play too.
Oh, I doubt he would like those.
Or Dom.
No, I don't mind a sweet potato, but if there's an option on the table, I'm going regular baked potato every day.
Baked potato is your number one go-to potato.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, see, here's a big thing with me.
This is
A big
fucking
thing with
baffling to me. Oh
A
man.
big thing for me is textures. So
Textures, okay.
that
Sounds like you like
that comes into
the
play.
mush texture.
What?
The mush.
Yeah, it sounds.
See,
It sounds like you like the worst of the
No.
textures.
no, it's,
Sounds like you
a
like
sweet
a nice
potato as
wet
a
mushy.
Ooh,
Would you eat
wet and mushy?
vegetable
Get
baby
over
food?
here. No, baby food. Ugh. Sounds. Baby food tastes disgusting, really, doesn't it? Though.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
No,
Well, I
it's
mean,
just. I think
since I was a
I think
baby.
it's literally,
Well, I was
literally
gonna say,
just
you
blended.
did, you have.
Right, you're right.
Food.
Fruits and vegetables, yeah.
Yeah, it's fruit,
Pureed.
fruits and veggies. It's just pureed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you,
Alright,
I mean,
well,
I think we need to get you on that
Unless
stat.
we
But
have
no,
any
Rock,
more questions.
I had
or
one final
comments,
question. I had one final
Go
question.
for it. Hit me.
I understand your, let's call it, I don't know, ordeal. I don't know what to call it. It's the thing in your life that's a constant. Has that ever gone in the way of like a relationship or anything like that? Like, is it just a secret that you've been keeping, or do people know about it?
It's something like if I go on a date with somebody, it's not something I'm gonna bring up like on the first date.
Okay,
usually,
okay,
right?
but when you order
Right,
a
you
burger
know,
on that date
but-
and say no lettuce, no tomato, no onions, and no pickles,
Well, see,
do they think you're going to murder them
hang
after
on,
the
hang
date?
on. No. Hang on. See, you got to play that a little smarter. I got to go and order something that I don't really have to go crazy like that on. Like, let me get like a steak or something, right? Something I don't have to say like, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that. Like, you know, eventually,
See, now I have
typically,
another question now.
what?
Have you ever had a steak with mushrooms or onions on it? Because sometimes they don't say that.
No.
Sometimes they don't say that they do that, right? They don't. Sometimes the menus don't say, and
Listen,
that's
I
just
only
how
go to
steaks are prepared.
quality establishments that state what is on their fucking meals, okay?
Oh, with
You're gonna
pictures.
surprise me with shit.
Hardcore. Fancy rock.
Hang on. Can I talk about that for a second? I fucking hate restaurants that do that. They won't tell you. They don't tell you certain things that come on. Like, what the fuck is that? I've had it where it's like, barbecue chicken pizza. It's like, oh, it's a pizza with barbecue and chicken. What? I get it. It comes with fucking onions on it. Like, you didn't tell me there's fucking onions on this. I don't want this.
You're a mess. You're just a mess right now. But continue. You're answering the question. That pizza
All
is
right,
exponentially better. Sorry, I'll stop. But go ahead.
So wait, what am I answering now? Like,
Has
I get
your
sidetracked easily.
weird addiction of foods that
No.
aren't healthy?
No, I would say no.
I don't know
At least
what
I
way to
don't
phrase
believe
that.
that it has.
It never has. There's not a story about somebody
To
you're
the
dating.
best of my knowledge, it hasn't. Like, I've been, dating people that have been annoyed by it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect them. I don't let it affect them, right? We go out to eat somewhere. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I can't go there. Like, I'm 32 years old. I'm an adult. I'll figure something out.
I mean, I guess there's a positive to pull from this, which is you're not like a gluten, vegan type of person where you go somewhere else and like,
No.
oh, I don't eat vegetables, I don't eat that. Like, you're just kind of,
No.
you're a low-key serial killer. I understand. It's cool. It's fine. I get it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any more questions. Does anyone else?
I do. I have one more.
Hit me.
So like pizza, right? We talked before the show about when you broke the news to me, so I didn't have a meltdown on the show here.
Would have been better. I think it would have been better if we did it that way. But shit.
Actually, Dom ruined it the
Continue.
other day. That's when I was just completely disgusted.
That's what
But
you yeah.
so like obviously we know like if it like a chunky red sauce, right, is something that you're not into. But like, so
Nope.
are you like super picky about your pizza depending on the sauce on the pizza? Because pizza's pretty easy. It's you know what I mean. Like you can get sauce, and a lot of places don't overload the sauce on pizza unless you're in Chicago that just pours fucking sauce on top of it. If you think Chicago deep dish pizza is pizza here, you're fucking out of your mind. Pizza in the city sucks. Sorry, I'm just going out that throw that out there because I'm real passionate about that. But like, what's the deal with pizza? Do you like if you see a pizza that has chunky sauce, are you just pulling the chunks out and still eating it, or are you just really particular about your pizza too?
I can't lie. I mean, yeah, if it's chunky, I can't do that. Can't do
Yeah.
it. Can't, but with that said, I haven't come across very many places that are like that. It's very, very few and far between,
Yeah.
thankfully. I'm gonna embarrass myself by lifting up the cheese and scraping shit out of it.
Oh my god.
I feel like you might have, so I'm glad that question was answered. That's
It is what it
that's
is.
good. But you will pick off veggies. All right. I think that's at least good to know.
Pizza's not supposed
Yeah.
to have veggies on it anyway. I'm a firm believer in that. Like
I mean,
maybe one veggie, but like there
there's
has
room
to
for
be
onions.
there's room for onions, but it has to be accompanied by meat.
Oh no, yeah, no. If you,
Yeah.
no, this is all, and it goes both ways. You're a serial killer if you get like a cheese pizza with onions. Like that's your. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or like
I love
like
onions,
like a cheese pizza with pepper and onion pizza. Like, dude, pepper, onion,
That's
and
kinda
sausage.
weird.
Then you know what I mean? Yeah.
or
just
or
come
like a
on.
deluxe.
Throw the meat on
I
it.
guess okay. Vegetables. I guess this is the bro show stance on pizzas. Vegetables, you need 3 or more to have just a vegetable pizza. If you have like 2 vegetables, it sounds kind of weird. Because like you just kind of described a deluxe pizza, which is peppers, onions, and mushrooms, but without the mushrooms, which we can argue is gross too. But like, I mean, they should have pepperoni or something with it. I agree. I don't know. I guess that's their stance. Um, yeah, Rocco. I mean, I think we've delayed this long enough. Do you wanna give us a whole
We have.
insight on?
I'm looking. Because as you know, I'm recording this. I mean, it'd be silly if we just had me do this eating something, and you just listening to me eat it. I think that'd be fucking weird. I see the timer is that. Just hit us. Let's get this going. Okay. So we, you know, I know I did. I think Donnie kind of jumped in a little bit. Kind of ripped on. It was Pale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pale. Okay, so we kind of ripped him a little bit for his choice of candy and in his beverage selection. Not necessarily the beverage selection, but the fact that he mixed it with water, like watered it down. Very strange
Also
to
weird.
me.
Even weirder.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, I'm a pretty fair guy. I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance. And that's the thing. I don't like trying new things, but when it comes to like candy and shit, there's not much that I won't try. So
Well, first things, what do you think it will taste like?
here's
Mixed,
the peach rings right here. Huh?
What do you think it'll taste like?
That-
How do you think it'll? How do you think
Well, I'm gonna
they'll-
guess there's gonna be some
couple.
type of peach flavor to it, which is gonna be new to me.
Jesus Christ!
Um,
Don't throw up on the
it
stream,
is
please.
sweet with ripe from the orchard flavor. Artificially flavored, of course. But their standard is delicious, they say. So, so let's just dive into this, okay? Peach rings, we got the Power C, dragon fruit, mixed half water. You got my my Foo Fighters pint glass right there. Love the Foo Fighters. Missed the
Fighters,
final
alright.
series, the
Good
second
roll.
night of a finals series to go to the Foo Fighters concert. As no regrets, no regrets. So right off the bat, took a sip because I'm thirsty. Not bad. I mean, it's watered down. There's not a lot of flavor to it. I tried it earlier. I wasn't a big fan. I'm not gonna really criticize that because it's kind of there's certain kind of fruit flavors that I don't really care for. Not gonna give him shit for that one. But this is the main event right here. Got these 3 are stuck together. Let me go. Hang on. You get one that's not stuck. Here we go. Peach ring right here. 239. Let's do this. One bite.
One bite.
1 bite. 1 bite. Everybody knows rules. 1 bite. 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 1 bite.
How's the
Dennis,
crust
score.
on that? Yeah, I need you to score both.
One bite. Okay. So, the way I'm gonna score this on a scale to 10, okay, and I'm gonna base this on the idea that, assuming that wherever you purchase these from, they have fucking peach rings. So I'm gonna guess they have an extensive option of candy and snacks. So I'm keeping that in mind. I'm still chewing. You guys can probably hear it. It's probably not all that attractive.
Rarely.
No, fuck you guys. I don't care.
I'm attracted.
So, again, with that in mind, I mean, I gotta put low here. They weren't terrible. I'll give it like a 4. 4.1 maybe. It's not going any higher than that. I mean, I
This is
just don't,
both
I
or
just
just
don't get. I
peach
still
rings?
don't get it. I honestly, I want to be honest here. I really wanted to enjoy that. I wanted that to be good, and I wanted to sit here and say, you know what, this actually wasn't bad. You know, I got this wrong. These things are pretty fucking good. No, no. Again, they're not terrible. I was able to eat 2 of them, and if you guys can imagine with me and eating things, it's not. I'm not really one that's gonna. If I don't like something, be like, oh, let me grab another one and stick it in my mouth here. Yep, giggity. Hang on. I gotta wash a little bit of this taste out of my mouth.
With the power C?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, there's so many options. I mean, you could go with something right here. You know, you can get some Reese's Pieces or something. You know, I just stopped to buy the Power C today, and I had no intention of buying any candy, but I walked down the candy aisle, fucking Milk Duds. Let's go. I mean, what are you doing with your life? We're playing against them in the playoffs this week, aren't we?
Bad
Tails
boys,
team,
yep.
Bad Boys, right? I mean, if that's the kind of decision making that he's got going on, I think I said maybe 6 games. I don't know. We might just sweep these guys. That's
Did
fucking
Peach
brutal.
Rings drop it to 4? Is that what I'm hearing? Peach Rings
It
just
might,
dropped
yeah.
that series
I
to
mean,
4?
if that's
Oh
the
my
kind of
God.
decision making skills that Pale Pona has. Sorry, I don't know you personally. I don't believe we've ever spoke, but this isn't a good start.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm ever in a party with you, you're gonna have to do some serious work to get on my good side. Is what I'm telling you.
Okay, this is the guy with the veggies on his resume. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else
See,
has any other
see, that's the thing. That's the thing you need to know about me, right? As
Hmm.
bad as I am with like fruits and vegetables and that shit, when it comes to snacks, I'm fucking try anything. When it comes to like candy and snacks and shit like that,
Oh, you're
like
like a connoisseur, okay.
I'm a snack pro. Me and my friend has talked about this. Me and a couple of my friends. I'm a snack professional. I find good shit. I eat good shit. Snacks. Not
And a lot of these taste after fruit.
Not
so
good shit.
that's the
Let's
thing.
hang on. Not good shit. Good snacks. Not good for you. Who cares? They're fucking snacks. They're not supposed to be good for you. I mean, come on. Fucking peach rings. I want to lower the score, but I feel a little bit bad. Why do I feel bad?
4.1's
Fuck
low
this.
enough, I think.
Fuck this. 3.7. I'm dropping it. I don't like
I'll
it.
drop a graphic.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. I was hoping there might be something because like that. Let's see, like that
One more.
coating that's
Go for
on
one
it.
more.
Like it's just like sugary. Like I want it to be like some kind of. I was hoping it was gonna be some kind of like soury something. Even just a little. I didn't expect it to be like sour like Sour Patch Kids, but maybe like if it was just a little like tinge or something, just a little tang. No, no.
Hmm.
I'm very disappointed.
Well, Rip Pale.
That's it. I'm done.
I think it's all she wrote. That's it for Rocco Eats. I don't know if anybody else has any comments on that or I think Q&A. I think Q&A is an appropriate thing to plug here because obviously everyone just found out something super interesting about Rocco. So if you guys listening have any questions about the shit he hasn't eat, scenarios, whatever, what have you, listen below. We'll definitely keep
Absolutely.
I going
I fully
because
support that. If you have any questions for me, absolutely submit them. I will answer them.
and to be fair, this isn't a gimmick. This person is an adult that actually has a life that lives it this way. So trust me. I wish I was making it up. All right, guys. I think that's it for the show. Donnie, do you have anything? Any closing statements?
I'm good. I just want to know, like, with this Rocco Eats segment, like, how do we, like, what do we do next week? You know, what's in store next week? How do we ask the community to have
I think we
Rocco
can
try
ask the
some
community.
food?
I
Rocco.
feel I'm gonna veto a lot of things if that's where we're going
I don't
with
think you're
this.
allowed.
Just so you guys
Oh.
know, I'm not sold on this Rocco Eats thing. So this is gonna be discussed a bit here. But
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm more interested now. Like, obviously, I'm interested in the pale thing because that's what a choice. But I'm more interested in you trying like an apple. You know what I mean? Because that's crazy that you've never partook in what everyone in the world has. So, I mean, that's what I'm down for. But you need to be down for it too. I'm not going to force feed you healthy things.
Right. Right, or you set some stipulations about like what people put their like favorite candy in, and then or something like that, or along your we can do that, like
You know
try
what? Yeah,
something totally
that's the
out of your
question of the
comfort
episode.
zone.
The question of the episode. I'm gonna put it down.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Just be open with us, guys. What shit do you eat that is considered weird? Like, I know somebody that has like, what is it? They put like ham in a peanut butter sandwich or something like that. Like it's one of the two.
If they do that, then like I mean
Whoa.
we should all be fearful for our lives because that is some pretty sick shit.
That's something that is something very strange. Those are two things that I do eat. Those are two things that I would never, ever imagine somebody eating together. But if somebody in this league actually eats that, and if they can prove, because I'm not just gonna do some random, just go, oh yeah, I eat that. No, fucking prove it first of all, and I'll try it.
Prove it.
You tell me if I eat a ham and peanut butter sandwich, you'll eat it?
I'll try it. If somebody in this league will prove to me that is something that they actually eat, I will do my due diligence.
I'm gonna start just having a segment on my stream where I just eat weird shit and then you do it. Like, just so you do it.
It feeds our segment.
This could go very wrong for me. I might regret that statement.
You done?
Within Rocco's dietary standards.
Okay.
If we can do this.
I want a lot of requests of people being like, I have this crazy thing. It's called grapes. You should try it. Like that sounds fucked. I was gonna say an actual weird thing, Canadian edition, Dolly, that one of my really good friends does, and he's no shame about it, and he likes it, and maybe I'm in the 1%, but he likes putting ketchup on his poutine.
Oh yeah, that's great.
No.
Huh.
No,
Ketchup and gravy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Hang on here.
Listen.
Oh,
No.
ketchup on fries.
Listen, I
like
understand,
gravy
I
on
understand,
fries.
I understand.
I can't do it.
It's fries, it's gravy, it's melted cheese. I understand. You don't need ketchup for that, though. And I'm not talking about the spare fries that didn't receive any of the gravy or the cheese. I'm talking about put that on top of the melted cheese and gravy. That, to me, is some serious serial killer shit. That's like adding... no, that's fucked up, man.
Guys,
It's fucked up.
I think we're missing one important question here. Does Rocco eat ketchup?
Absolutely.
I think he must.
Wow.
He said he eats tomato sauce.
Ketchup, but that's hang on.
That's
Ketchup is
sugar,
a little
dude.
kid
Chelsea's
kind
the
of
same way.
thing,
She
though,
does not
right?
like
I mean,
tomatoes, but she'll eat all tomato stuff.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? This
like
is
what,
the form
like
for
what little
it.
kid doesn't
Rocco,
have ketchup? Come on.
Yeah, true. And I'll just say this: Chelsea. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I'm throwing you under the bus if you listen to this. She's also Dolly. Dolly, you can share because Rocco, you're not alone out there. There's other people like you. Is like the most picky
I know.
fucking eater. In
I
the
know.
world.
I have two
Oh
people
my
in my life
gosh.
that are similar to me. I know this. Go on.
Chelsea's
But
not like I
Chelsea-
won't eat no fruits or vegetables. It's just Chelsea's one of those people where I'll be like, hey, do you want to try sushi? And she'll be like, no, I hate sushi. But she's never tried sushi.
See,
I'll
I'll
that's
never
Chelsea.
say.
She's like,
I'll never
do
say
it.
that I hate or don't like something that I haven't tried. I'll tell you that. No, I just don't.
She
I don't
does
want to
that
try
to me all
it.
the time, man.
Well, you
We're
don't
not
like
going
it?
for sushi.
No,
I hate it.
I've never had it. I just don't want to try it.
She has
Yeah, that's
gotten better
different.
recently. I have got her to try some stuff, but she always immediately shoots it down. Takes like
Alright, I gotta go
a
back
week
to
of
this poutine
badgering.
thing, though. I gotta go back to this poutine thing. Okay.
Ooh, squeaks.
Obviously, poutine not
No.
widely available around these parts in the United States.
That is
When I went
very
to
sad.
Montreal 9 years ago, I was there for 5 days. I had poutine every day. I fucking love it. It's so good. Everywhere I went, poutine. Let's get some. Now there are a handful of places around here. I know there's a place right near the Garden in Boston, a few blocks away. It's actually a poutine place. It's not like they just serve it. No, it's a poutine place. Awesome. Couple places
What's the name of this
nearby
place?
me. Sauce. S-A-U-S.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sounds like that place was
Um,
made for Donnie, literally.
It's my favorite
Man, I hope
food.
it's still there. I hope it's still there. It was really
Not
good.
poutine,
Anyway,
sauce.
Sauce and favorite food. That's also some serial
Yeah, I
killer
don't-
shit.
I don't know. Poutine place. So,
what's your favorite
anyway,
food?
a couple
Condiment.
other places. So, is that something that I should try? Is that something that we should do for the show?
Oh, you know
Poutine
what?
and
Yeah,
You've
fuck
never
it.
I
had
can make it
Is
poutine?
that
happen.
fruit?
Wow,
I
poutine.
could
That's
go-
approved.
Oh no! I've had poutine. I love poutine. I just said when I went to Montreal 9 years ago. There for 5 days. Had it every day. Fucking love it. I have it every chance I can.
Yeah.
Still,
Okay.
once around here, I can try to make that happen. Poutine
I
with
mean-
ketchup.
Yes,
I
you're gonna
just-
have to
I-
try
oh,
that.
That's-
man, I
that
don't
should
know.
be
Not
that's
poutine.
the next one. 100% next
Sure.
one.
It has to be the next one.
100%.
poutine with ketchup. Yeah. I can't think of the other one, and I mean, I know. Have you guys heard of chip sandwiches? I mean, just to close it off, there's like weird
Yeah.
shit where people put chips. Yeah, that's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
That was never a
No,
thing.
I've
I
done
Chips
that
in the
before.
sandwich. It's not weird at all. It's not weird.
No.
Okay.
it's not weird.
Again, I
That's
guess
not
I'm the
weird.
weird one. Okay.
Nice little. It's
people
a
just
great
like the
texture in
crunch.
there.
No, I don't
Yeah.
mean. I
Just
don't
the
mean. And
texture
by the way,
thing.
no. I don't mean. You know, get a nice ham, some mayo, some lettuce, some tomato. No, not you, Rocco. But lettuce, tomato, and then you just like, oh, you throw on some chips and you get some crunch. No. I'm talking about a slice of bread, chips, and then another slice of bread.
Well, yeah,
All right,
that's serial
that's
killer.
that's
shit.
serial killer.
That's what I'm
shit.
talking about. That's chip sandwiches.
So, yeah.
That's a chip sandwich, not chips on a sandwich. It's like, let me get these, let me get these sour cream and onions in between these two slices of Wonder Bread. I mean, but what are you doing? That's definitely
Yeah,
a
I
thing,
can
and
make-
we'll probably make it.
I can make
That-
that,
that
happen
falls
right
within your
now.
diet,
I
Rocco.
mean, I can do it
I
right
think
this
we've had
second.
enough for a week. I think we've had enough for a week. I don't think we can.
Yeah,
go
save the
too serial
content.
killer
Save
shit.
the content.
Yeah, Donnie content. He knows what's best. No, but seriously, guys, I'm gonna have to cut it here. It's been a trip. It's been a while. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's gonna be it for me. If you guys want to say your goodbyes, feel free. Yeah, go for it, Donnie. You got anything to say?
No, holy fuck, this was long. I'm over it. Let's go.
It was Rocco. Anything to say?
This is a good time. Just hopefully I get to eat some better food next time.
Yeah, well, poutine and ketchup. Dolly, anything to say?
Oh, just thanks for having me on. It was fun. I just playing Rocket League this whole time, trying to get my rank up.
You good?
Why the fuck
No,
haven't
fair
I
enough.
been playing with you?
I don't know. I've been playing this whole time. There's been like pauses in my speaking where it's because I've been dunking on kids and I want to be like, oh, get fucked, but I didn't want to say it on stream.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, and I think so. That's Dolly. Obviously, thanks for coming on. That was great. I think it was a really good episode. That being said, that'll be it. I just wanted to close with the 239 store is a thing. If you guys want merch, swag, whatever, for 239 to rep your league, hit the 239 store tab on the site. Also, there are streams. There's a bunch of people, members in the league, Dolly included, that stream not just series. Please check them out. We got Dan, Kayla, Dolly, Webb, Vamps, just to name a few. check out their streams on the Stream tab or Twitch. And that's it, guys. Yeah, have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.